game series. And joining me today is ex-Golden West athlete, Lindsay Helberg. And Lindsay, when we look at this second game, which is a crucial game for both teams, I think the onus is on Golden West to get their act together because they're running out of time.
They are. They only have 7 games left of their regular season, and they're going into, then they would start playoffs, and that's exactly what they want to do at the end of the day. And I don't think they want to end their season in 7 games.
And looking at the standings, Lindsay, they're in a precarious position.
They are.
They're 4-9 overall. 4-9 within the league, 16-16 overall, and with Riverside 2 spots ahead of them. And I know in talking to Coach Bert Villarreal, the RPI is going to be a big factor in them getting an at-large berth. But right now, they're not standing in a position with so few games to go that they have an opportunity to really sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's exactly true. They're behind every team right now in league, and they need to definitely win out if they really want to have a good position going into the playoffs.
And for those who are not aware, in game 1 of the series, it was a tight-pitched game, and a lot of effort on the part of Golden West to come back. They started the game out with a 2-0 deficit, worked their way back to take a lead, but then ended up losing the game in the 9th inning. And talking to Coach Villarreal, as a result of what took place, there was a lot of errors involved.
There was. They lost in the 9th inning, and that was a lot to do with the errors that Golden West made. So they basically beat themselves, and that's what you never want to see when it comes to any sport.
And their pitching star for the day on Tuesday, Troy Bethel, was very effective, went 7 innings, scattered 10 hits, only got 2 Ks, but kept the team in the game. Now, trailing 2-0, they battled their way. A key substitution in that game was right fielder Ryan Carpenter. He came off the bench and got 2 hits late, but he did make a late error as well that cost him and hurt reliever Johnny Kuhn in the end. And when it came down to it, Riverside had a little bit more speed, a little bit more aggression on the base pass, even though both teams only had 2 extra base hits aside. And anytime you're looking at just getting a few doubles or triples, you're in trouble. Lindsay, also looking at what needs to be done from the player's standpoint on the Golden West side is, as an ex-athlete, where is your mindset? What do you think that the team needs to do to sort of get, they have 3 straight losses right now. They need to get themselves together. Their starting pitcher today will be Luke Matson. This is his 8th start. He's 2-3 with an effective 3.38 ERA. He's in 41 in the 3rd innings. The nice thing about Luke is he throws hard. He has 47 Ks. He's a strikeout an inning guy. The 29th of March, I believe it was against Chaffee, he had a 10 strikeout game. So I guess they're going to demand and ask Luke Matson to step up.
He is. They need to have a pitcher step up, and this is really important at this moment. And he's going against another strikeout an inning pitcher named Alex Salazar, who is going to be starting out pitching for Riverside. And it's going to be basically a pitcher's battle right now.
And we'll look at Alex Salazar. He has a interesting history, but now we're going to take time for our national anthem.
Would all fans please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
And our national anthem. We're a few moments away from the start of today's ball game. We'll let you know the umpires for today's game. Behind the plate is Tom Fitzpatrick, and on the bases will be Alan Wyrick. Beautiful Fred Hoover Field, named in honor of the late great Fred Hoover, the first coach of Golden West. The Rustlers led them to many a victory, consecutive winning seasons. We'll get into that down road. A man who leaves his imprint even to this day to the quality of Golden West College. Head coach Bert Villarreal speaks highly of Fred Hoover, refers to him as almost like his second father. Let's get the lineups and get you looking right now. We'll start with the Riverside City College Tigers. Hitting for them first will be number 2, Jacob Rodriguez at second, batting second, and at shortstop, Shane Martinez. The best player on RCC hitting third will be David Martinez. He will be playing third base. The DH is number 12, Jason Barnum. Number 24 will be your first baseman, Dylan Canojo. The center fielder hitting sixth, number 7, Eric Rayford. Batting seventh, and in left field will be number 19, Joey Hodat. Batting eighth will be Junior Coleman, star of Tuesday's game. Junior hitting eighth, wearing number 8, and in right field. And hitting ninth and catching, number 23, Anthony Hirado. And on the mound will be the man from Omni, Japan, Alex Salazar. RCC fighting for a spot, came away with a 5-4 late inning victory. And the Rustlers are ready to go. They're going to be counting on the man from Orange Lutheran High School, number 36, Luke Matson. And we are ready to get underway. Are you ready, Lindsay? Exciting game.
I am ready. This is going to be a great game.
Batting first will be Jacob Rodriguez, the hitting second baseman for the RCC Tigers.
And here's the pitching battle that we are hoping to see right now.
We'll see. Should see a lot of strikeouts. Matson ready to go. Rodriguez in the box, and we are underway. First pitch looked like a breaking ball, a little high, 1-0. Rodriguez hitting .228, 1 for 5 on Tuesday. 98 putouts overall, so he's mostly known for his glove. 1-0 to Jacob Rodriguez. Matson delivers a little inside as well. So now he's behind on the count, 2-0. Rodriguez and RCC, as you can see, they're sort of replicating the old 80s Houston Astro uniforms with the stripes, of course, significant of the Tigers. Matson ready to go and delivers. And a little high with the ball again. So Matson, early trouble, 3-0 on the count. Fred Hoover Field, big ball game for the Rustlers coming off that defeat 5-4 in late innings. Tuesday, the April the 10th at Riverside. 3-0 inside, and Rodriguez gets a walk, and not a good sign for Matson. Has to get sharper control.
Batting number 10, Shane Martinez.
This will bring up Shane Martinez, the shortstop. Also, Shane Martinez was 0 for 5. He had a tough day facing the Rustlers and Troy Bethel. Bethel went effective 7 innings for the Rustlers, kept them in the ball game. Martinez, 32 games, hitting 300, 24 runs scored. Matson delivers, and that one's in. So that was much better. That was his best pitch so far. 0-1 on Shane Martinez, the second baseman, number 10 for the Tigers of Riverside Community College. About 75 degrees on the campus of Golden West College today. Beautiful day for baseball. A few clouds in the distance, but around the ballpark, it's great. Matson looking at first. Rodriguez with his lead. Bouncer over the head of Matson to the second baseman. There's a rundown, and it looks like they have a potential double play, and it is a very nice, slick fielding double play from the second baseman, Trent Whitaker, who got in a rundown with Josh Lopez, and they turned that into a double play. No, it looks like it was an interference call, so mark that was only an out on the force play. So they'll make it 1 down, not 2. David Martinez will be up now. Their best player, Lindsay, 300 hitter, 3 homers, 17 RBIs, 4.82 on base percentage. So he's getting on base almost half the time. Matson, same situation where he was at the stretch with a runner on first and 1 down, scoreless in the first inning, Golden West against Riverside. 1-0 on the count to David Martinez. Short lead at first. Martinez, left-handed batter, holds it above his head. Matson at the stretch. 1-0 pitch. Over, and the ball gets by the catcher. And on the play, second base, so man on second. Count is 2-0.
Those are some of those errors that they need to clean up if they want to stay in the run for the playoffs.
Shane Martinez advanced to second base. 2-0. Shane Martinez on second for the Riverside City College Tigers. David Martinez up at the plate. Martinez was very effective. Daniel Martinez, number 6, who's batting. 7 2/3 innings in the victory on Tuesday, 5-4 against the Rustlers. 2-0 is the count. 1 out, first inning, scoreless. RCC, Golden West. Next pitch is outside, so a little bit of control trouble for Matson. This is his second batter that he's gone 3-0, and that's not where you want to be, Lindsay.
Definitely not at this moment in time, especially when we were saying this was going to be a pitching battle. We would like to see that.
He hasn't had really control trouble all year, but more effective, when he combines the strikeouts, which he needs desperately, yet he's trailing. 3-0, 1 out. Next pitch, right down the middle with the fastball. Matson out of Orange Lutheran High School in Orange, California. 3-1's the count. Martinez on second, Martinez to plate. So we got Martinez and Martinez. 3-1 with Shane on second, David at the plate. Luke Matson stretch. Quick glance over at Martinez at second, and the 3-1 is a little low. So now we've got 2 runners on with 1 out in the scoreless first inning, and it's going to bring up the designated hitter, Jacob Barnum. Played a little third base in the victory on Tuesday. He'll be designating hitting today. Number 12, Jacob Barnum. There's a meeting at the mound. Meeting on the mound.
What do you think they're talking about right now?
Well, I think maybe a possible pickoff play. Nelson Padilla went in, and conversation between Padilla and catcher.
Stop the runner from getting to third and into scoring position.
Matson in the hole. 2 men on.
1 out.
Both Martinez's on base. Shane on second, David on first. Batter, pride of Long Beach High School, Wilson High, Jacob Barnum, the designated hitter today. First pitch, a little breaking ball down low. So a little bit of control issues right now with Luke Matson. I mean, opponents have only hit 242 against him on the year, so that's telling you if they can get contact, they have a chance to be effective on the Rustler side getting outs.
That is a very good.
1-0, 2 men on. Scoreless in the first inning. Tigers against the Rustlers. Tigers at bat. Matson at the stretch. Looks back at second. And the pitch to Barnum low again. So it's a control issue right now. And the patience of the Riverside City Tigers are paying off. They have been somewhat effective for the most part of the year. They've drawn a total of 137 walks on the year.
Wow.
2-0, 2 runners on, scoreless, top of the first. RCC, GWC. Matson at the stretch, 2-0 pitch. Hit off the fist, grounded to second, possible double play. Castillo to zero, and a first, and we got it. Nicely done. Whitaker to the shortstop, Padilla, on to first base to Lopez, and that rounds it out for the top half of the first inning. So, threatened, the Tigers did, but no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So, after we go from top of the first, and the Rustlers coming up, it is scoreless. Golden West versus Riverside Community College. Andy Mariani with Lindsay Helberg. Lindsay, nice turnabout. Defense can save you out many a time.
That is really true, and that's exactly what Matson needed for his team to step up for him. He needed to get hopefully, just a little bit of the nervous pitches out of his system and get back out there in the second inning and maybe just throw strikes, challenge the hitters.
He really was off sync, so I don't know if he left his stuff in the bullpen or he was a little nervous in the importance of the game. He really doesn't have a history of walks. I mean, his walk ratio is really good. So, but he rebounded. That's where your defense can pick up for you and they can be successful. And looking at his season totals, I mean, he's only walked 14. So for the number of innings that he's pitched, 45 innings, 14. So, that's only a couple of walks per game. So
those are out of his system now.
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah, so hopefully they're done and out of his system, and we'll challenge some of these batters for Riverside.
Well, let's look at the Riverside pitcher on the mound for Riverside. Alex Salazar, 2-4 in the year from Omi, Japan. Grew up in Omi, came over to the United States, and if you look at his, and you'll see him on the mound in this era in 2018 of Shohei Ohtani, he follows that Japanese tradition of the style and pitching, and we'll notice that throughout the game. And coming to bat, the leadoff hitter for Golden West, one of their best players, Jeremiah Vyson. Vyson hitting .353. Salazar with the pitch, a little bit outside, but no. It was called for a strike by Tom Fitzpatrick. I was getting ahead of myself. 0-1 to Jeremiah Vyson. Scoreless, bottom half of the first, Golden West batting right now. Salazar to Vyson. Oh, Vyson hits it down the line. It's going to be over the head of the left fielder. And Vyson, look at him move. He's on the way to second, and the ball is brought in. And a great opportunity and start for the Rustlers as Jeremiah Vyson takes that second curveball and runs with it and hits it to left field for a leadoff double. Nice.
That was really impressive. That was a great hit down the left field.
He took that curveball and went with it. Vyson's had a really good year, 21 stolen bases, 48 hits, and he's their spark plug.
He's definitely quick.
Nelson Padilla, who did a great job on turning that double play, he's the batter, so Rustlers can jump out to an early inning lead. Now the ball gets past the catcher, Hurtado, and Vyson goes to second. So now Rustlers have a scoring opportunity with a man on third, nobody out, scoreless in this first inning.
Great position to be in. No outs, and one of the batters on third.
And an opportunity where Salazar, who on Tuesday night, I call it vulturing a win, came into the ball game, gave up 3 hits, yet his team came through in the bottom of the inning. And next pitch by Padilla hit down the right field line. Coleman looking. He's got a shot. He's made the catch.
And
let's see if they send the runner. Vison's going to go with his speed, and he coming up standing, and the Rustlers jump out to a 1-0 lead. Good pair of hitting on Padilla's part, kept the ball in play. Vyson timed it right, and even though Coleman has a good arm in right field, Vyson comes in to score, and the Rustlers have jumped out early to a 1-0 lead. Good way to start, Lindsay.
It is. I mean, this is exactly what you want to start with off against like a team like Riverside.
Anthony Marquez, and he's grounded it. So far, so good. Rustlers up 1-0. Vyson with the double to lead off the inning and came home. And we have no outs right now. So Vyson moves over on the pass ball by Gerardo and scores on the sac fly by Padilla. Now this brings up Anthony Marquez, little grounder back to Salazar, who underhands it to Dylan Canojo, and that's one down. So one out in the bottom of the first inning. Two outs.
And we had a
Oh
fly
yeah, the
ball.
sac fly. That's right. So 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and this will bring up Josh Lopez, the first baseman. Golden West ahead, 1-0. As the wind whips up, and how we can tell the wind whipping up is the flag.
Right above us.
Old Glory is just fluttering like crazy right now. First pitch from Salazar, breaking ball on the corner to Josh Lopez. Lopez hitting 169 with 1 homer and 9 RBIs. 0-1, Josh Lopez. Next pitch, strike 2 right down the middle. So Lopez in a hole, 0-2. Ask the umpire Fitzpatrick for time. And Salazar ready to throw. Rustlers out to an early 1-0 lead. Next pitch goes away. Lopez goes after it. Ball gets away by Hurtado onto first for the putout. So that's a K for Salazar. But good news for the Rustlers. They get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1. So, or they don't leave any, I should say. It's after 1. Golden West Rustlers 1. And Riverside City College Tigers 0. So Lindsay, good start, just what they wanted.
Exactly.
Their
I mean,
catalyst, Vyson. People look at him that he's 5'5", small of built. Yeah, he's out of Westminster High School, not Westminster, Western High School in Anaheim, California, and those who follow sports. There's a famous athlete out of Western High School. His name is Eldred Tiger Woods. So that's a tough lineage to duplicate. But talking to Coach Bert Villarreal, he's really high on this young man. I mean, you look at him out there taking batting practice. You look at him out in center field. Well, he's small of stature, but big of heart. And he got it going in that first inning. He put that ball over Jay Hopap's head.
The head coach was talking to me as well, and he was saying how his center fielder is small but plays big, and that you don't need to be that big in baseball to be an all-star player.
And that's one of the great things about the game of baseball. Unlike basketball, where you're dependent on height, volleyball, where you're a middle blocker, you need some height. But baseball, you can do it. So we go to the top of the second, and for the Tigers will be Dylan Canojo, first baseman, 295 with 1 homer and 18 RBIs. Big, tall, left-handed hitter. See if Mats can settle down. All away. 1-0 to Dylan Canojo. Canojo was 2 for 4 on Tuesday. Started that rally in the 9th inning. He had a tremendous 8-pitch batting sequence in that bottom of the 9th to keep that rally going. Next pitch outside.
Looked like almost the same kind of pitch right there.
He constantly fouled a bunch off in that 9th inning, and in fact, he actually put out a window. And one of the customers who dared park behind the dugout, and I heard that smash, and it's the kind of sound that doesn't sound good. The 2-0 pitch by Matson up high. So once again, Matson, who had some control problems in the first inning, he walked the leadoff batter, Rodriguez, and now he's struggling. 3-0 in the top of the second inning to Dylan Canojo. No runners on base. Rustlers up 1-0, top of the second against RCC. Matson delivers 3-0, fastball right down the middle. Matson, when he's dealing with his hard stuff, he's effective. His problem is that he's not had a lot of control on his breaking ball. 3-1. Matson looking into his signs. Looking into his catcher, Marquez. Next pitch, fouled. Almost got somebody in the Riverside dugout. Riverside made the trek today. It's usually about a couple-hour trek. Got here early, got their BP in. Got to commend the Rustler players. Did a fine job getting this field in great condition. Is meticulous. Full count on Luke Matson. The delivery. Canojo, feisty hitter that he is. Fouls it away. And that 8-pitch sequence in the bottom 9th of the inning in a 3-3 or a 4-4 game on Tuesday just kept doing the same thing, just kept battling the ball away, keeping it active, keeping it either in play, out of play, and just keeping the bat on ball. 3-2, full count. Matson delivers. Goes for the corner. Strike 3 called. This time Kanoho flinches, and Matson makes him pay. 1 down for the Rustlers in the top of the second inning.
Sometimes that's what you have to do. You got to keep battling and waiting for the pitch that you feel is that you can be effective on.
Next batter, Eric Rayford, number 7 in the 6th spot. Eric Rayford from Ayala High School. Attempted bunt, fouled right in front of home plate. 0-1 to Eric Rayford. Eric was a football star at Ayala. We had a chance to talk with Eric Tuesday and discuss the fact that he's one of those unfortunate individuals that happened to go through 4 concussions as a high school football player, and potentially he had Division I aspirations. Next pitch, down the middle of the plate. 0-2. So Matson, this time, his first time in the game, jumps ahead. 0-2 with 1 out. Eric Rayford at plate. Luke Matson on the mound. Golden West up 1-0, top of the second inning. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, hangs it. Rayford fouls it down the right field line. Let's see if Lopez has a chance. The ball goes out of play between Lopez and the right fielder, Ryan Carpenter. So 0-2 with 1 out. Rayford steps back in. We're waiting for some more balls now. Matson looking over his defense, letting his defense get back into position. Beautiful day, sunny day, Orange County day in Westminster, California. 0-2, Luke Matson looking in, staring in to his catcher and delivers. Swung and missed.
Yes.
That's another K. So all of a sudden, Eric Rafford goes down, and Luke Matson's picked it up with his 2nd consecutive K.
Do you think he's starting to get his rhythm going?
We'll see. We had an issue the game on Tuesday with Troy Bethel. He was in and out consistently through the 7 innings that he pitched. Now we'll deal with Joey Hodap, the left fielder, down low. The game that Troy Bethel, the other successful starter for the Rustlers, had on Tuesday, he was some innings good, some innings bad. We'll see if we can get continuity out of Matson. 1-0 pitch, down low again. So here we go, 2-0.
Unfortunately, doesn't Golden West not really have a pitcher to come in and be a reliever?
Well, down road, they'll look at it. But I think right now Matson's got to get control of his breaking ball. His fastball looks good, and I think he's got to just develop his other pitches. He's spotting his fastball really well. Now, right as I say that, he hits Hodap, and Hodap moves down to first. So a little bit of control issues. Right when you think that Matson's getting righted, he hits Hodap, and now another runner is on base for the Tigers. And now batting, the star of Tuesday night's game, or Tuesday afternoon's game, talented 5-tool player, Junior Coleman. Coleman hitting .297 and no homers, 13 RBIs, 18 stolen bases. So Hodap has his lead as first. Matson looks at him. First pitch, breaking ball, and that one was a good one. 0-1 to Junior Coleman. 1-0 Golden West College Rustler baseball. They lead. We're in the top of the second. Crucial 3-game series. We're game 2. The 3rd game of the series will be tomorrow, or Friday the 13th at Riverside. Coleman with his lead. Or Hodap with his lead. Pickoff throw. Lopez gets it. Nothing done. Back to Matson. Junior Coleman looking down the first base coach. He's looking for Bryce Campbell, giving some signs. We'll see if Hodap is taking off 1-1 with 2 outs. Hodap with his lead. He fakes that he's going to go. Ball fouled away by Coleman. So count is 1-2 with 2 outs. Joey Hodap on first. Golden West leading 1-0 from Fred Hoover Field on the campus of Golden West College in Westminster, California. Beautiful day for baseball. Wind's picked up a little bit so far.
That's a nice breeze.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Hodap with his lead, pick off, throw. Set back by Tony Lopez, first base coach, now talking, giving instructions to Joey Hodap, I should say. Matson not paying it now, he's paying attention. Hodap extending his lead. We'll see if he goes. He went 1-2 on the previous pitch. 1-2 with 2 outs. Coleman pitch, breaking ball, grounded. Mahaffey, the first, and that ends the inning. So an effective inning by Luke Matson. No runs, no hits. 1 runner left on base on the base on balls. And we go down to the bottom of the second. It's Golden West Rustlers 1 and Riverside Tigers 0.
His defense is definitely helping him out too, which is great to see.
Yeah, because we were looking at the last game. There was 4 errors committed in that game. Mahaffey had some difficulties as well, and he was pulled in that game. And the right fielder who's playing right field today, Ryan Carpenter, he had difficulty in the 9th inning in a crucial play. So talking to Coach Bert Villarreal after the game, that was sort of a moniker or indicator of how the game has gone, or the season has gone for the Rustlers throughout the year.
Especially last game. I mean, I guess there was a lot of errors in that game and by their defense, and you don't want to give away points. Like there's
opportunities come of many. There's in baseball, there's 27 outs.
You want to give up runs like that. So
you've got to get your 27 outs, and you've got to make them count. All right, there's we're ready to go. Salazar struggled a little bit in the first.
Now batting number 8, Logan Mahaffey.
Logan Mahaffey, the man who made the nice fielding play in the top half of the second. He's going to lead off the bottom half of the second. 1-0 Rustlers. Bottom 2 facing the righty Anthony Salazar. Look at that hitch in that motion. First pitch for a strike. Salazar comes from that Kenda Maeda, Tanaka type mound. Hideo Nomo. You know, it's sort of a hitch in the windup. And he looks in. And 1-0. Salazar delivers, breaking ball up a little high. Salazar slightly built, 5'11", 180. He's a freshman. Hispanic mom or Hispanic dad, Japanese mother. Next pitch, grounded to short. Nice play, throwing it all over. And that's a nice 6-3 play. Shane Martinez to Dylan
Number 5, Austin
Canojo. So 1 out in the bottom half of the second. Mahaffey grounds out, and now brings Austin Shell. Austin Shell playing left field today. .225 average, no homers, 11 RBIs. First pitch fouled out of the ballpark to the right side. Might make it into the drink, into the Golden West swimming pool, where it's not very occupied right now. 0-1 to Austin Shell. Salazar delivers a little bit out of stride on that motion, ball away. 1-1 to Austin Shell. We've got 1 out, bottom of the first. Golden West Rustlers in gold. They lead 1-0. Next pitch, a little bit outside. Tom Fitzpatrick, the home plate umpire, didn't really budge. So 2-1 on Austin Shell. Next pitch, grounded to short. Another easy play for Shane Martinez. On to Canojo. Just like that, there's 2 down for the Rustlers.
Number 14,
So
Ryan
1 up,
Carpenter.
1 down, 2 up, 2 down. Both the same play. If you had an instant replay machine, Lindsay, they would look identical.
that is true.
We'll bring it out when we can, and we'll get it when we need to get it. So that was 2 outs. Next batter, number 14, Ryan Carpenter. .304 average, 3 RBIs, no homers. Nice on-base percentage, .378, with a slugging of .478. Salazar delivers. Breaking ball. He keeps trying to use that breaking ball, but so far still wide in the strike zone. 1-1's the count. Salazar ready again. 1-1 down low. 2-1.
Do you think Golden West is reaching a little bit for some of their hits?
I think they're trying to go the opposite way. I think Vyson was good that he could jump on that breaking ball to get that double to start off the first. 2-1. Salazar trying to hit that outside corner. He didn't get it this time. Thought Fitzpatrick would give him the call, and he didn't. 3-1. Ryan Carpenter fouls it back. Full count now with 2 outs. Rustlers up 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Catcher Anthony Hurtado is out to the mound to talk with Salazar. Unlike Major League Baseball this year that has a pitch or mound visit quota, I don't think we've reached the CCCAA district or college program where they're going to control the visits to the mound. Full count, 2 outs. Ryan Carpenter up, and a little bit too long a period of time. Carpenter called for the timeout. For the Rustlers, Mike Monday at first base, or at third base, the third base coach. And first base coach Thomas Walker, next pitch, swing and a miss, and Salazar comes out with his first K. So the Rustlers go meekly in the second. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base with no errors. We go to the third inning. It's 1-0 Rustlers. Lindsay, anything going on campus? You're telling me about this big police event that took place a few days ago. Why don't you amplify on that?
I mean, there's a lot of building that's been happening at Golden West, especially this spring and from the fall, and a lot of money has come in, so we've been building new buildings on campus, and that was one of them, and we went out and covered that, and a helicopter landed right in the middle of campus, and a lot of cadets, police officers were there, and it was a very well-attended event.
And Golden West College is renowned for their police academy. Mm-hmm. It's a great training site to get future county sheriffs or any municipalities within the confines of California, because look at how many cities do we have in the state of California, and it's an excellent vocational program that this great college puts together.
It definitely is. I mean, just being around there and being in that environment was great, because there were so many people who came out, and it's a beautiful new building, and there's a new student center on campus, and
we're ready to go. Anthony Hurtado, catcher, coming up, number 23. Rustlers up 1-0, top of the third. Luke Mattson, starter for the Rustlers. He's trying to get some balance in what he's been doing, up and down. Finished the last inning with good. Bunt attempt by Hurtado. Pulled it back. 1-0. 1-0 on catcher Anthony Hurtado. Very good with pass balls. He was out 2 weeks ago with an injury and really hurt, slowing down opponents' running games. 1-0 pitch. Little bit low. 2-0 to Tigers catcher Anthony Hurtado. Golden West up 1-0. Luke Mattson on the mound, pride of Orange Lutheran, delivers. Little high, 3-0. Let's check out the Rustlers defense. Josh Lopez at third. Second baseman Trent Whittaker. Shortstop is Nelson Padilla with Logan Mahaffey in at third. 3-0 pitch is a strike. The outfield consists of Jeremiah Vyson in center, Ryan Carpenter in right, and left fielder Austin Shell. 3-1. Slap down the right field line, but foul. Hooking foul. So now we're at a full count. 3-2 to Anthony Hurtado. Ninth man in the order for the Tigers of Riverside City College. The city of Riverside has a tremendous baseball history. 3-2. No runners on base, no outs, top of the third. Next pitch, little high. Hurtado draws a no-out walk. So control issues are the concern right now with Luke Mattsson's already walked a couple guys, and there's the old baseball saying, oh, those base on balls, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Brings you to the top of the order once again. We've got Jacob Rodriguez, one of the men who drew a walk, but then got advanced to second on a crazy put-out rundown in the first inning. Rodriguez looking to bunt. He lays it down, but it goes foul. 0-1 to Jacob Rodriguez, the second baseman for the Riverside City Tigers. We talked about the history of Riverside City. Great baseball school. Chris Stewart recently, ball player for the Padres and Giants, came out of Riverside City. Bobby Kelty, utility second baseman for the Oakland A's in the 2004 through 2007 season, those Moneyball teams. 0-1 inside. Thought it might have brushed and hit Rodriguez, but it didn't. 1-1's the count on Jacob Rodriguez.
That would have been the second person Mattson hit.
So it's issues with control. Walks and hit by pitches will affect a pitcher and getting his form and his continuity. And Mattson looking over. There's a throw. Mattson trying to help himself. Maybe he can get a pickoff. Fair pickoff move. Coach Tony Lopez keeping his big catcher Gerardo close. Gerardo drew the walk in the top of the third. Game time Tuesday was 2 hours and 50 minutes. So far this game's moving at a pretty good pace. 1-1 on Jacob Rodriguez. The pitch, and Gerardo's going, but it's fouled away. And that's an interesting standpoint from manager Rudy Arguelles, running your catcher on 1-1. So that's telling you want to get some motion. You trust your hitter in Jacob Rodriguez. You trust the fact that he can put bat on the ball and he can make something happen. He's got a huge hole on the right-hand side where Lopez is guarding Gerardo. Slightly shaded towards second is Whitaker. Mattson at the stretch. He's looking over at Gerardo. The 1-2 pitch. And here it comes. And he's going again. No, he faked it, and it's a little bleeder, and Vyson has to let it go in front of him. Jeremiah Vyson could have went after it, but he played it safe. And now the Tigers have something going first and second with nobody out in the top of the third. And this brings up Shane Martinez. Martinez got in that silly rundown where he was thrown out at first and allowed Rodriguez to get to second. Didn't do any harm to the Rustlers. But right now there could be some harm upon the Rustlers. Lopez in at first with Hurtado at second and Rodriguez at first. No outs. 2 runners on in a 1-0 game. Bunt attempt, but Mattson stepped off, looked towards second just to draw Rodriguez off the bag. Rodriguez checking down toward his third base coach, Bryce Campbell, flashing some signs. Campbell looking at his, not fleet of foot catcher, Hurtado, trying to get a lead off second. Lopez in at third. Mahaffey a little bit in at third, shading toward the bag at third. Bunt attempt, pulls it back. Martinez. 1-0 on the count. 1-0 to Shane Martinez. 1-0 Rustlers, top of the third inning. Threat by the Riverside City College Tigers. Hurtado at second, Rodriguez at first with Shane Martinez batting and David Martinez in the on-deck circle. 1-0. Mattson with the pitch. It's bunted down. Mattson's going to pick it up, but he might not have a play. Great play by Mattson. Jumping off the mound. Throwing it over to Whitaker. Covering. And the sacrifice works, but it could have been a lot worse. Mattson does a fine job of fielding that play and making the throw. So sacrifice 1-4 on the play. And the Tigers are still in position to score early on. 1 down. Second and third. Sacrifice comes through. You want David Martinez up in this situation. The man produces like no other Tiger. 490. slugging percentage, but more impressively, 482 on base. Drew a walk last time he was up. Man on third, Hurtado. Rodriguez on there. First pitch, strike, good to get ahead of him. Matson gets the head of the count. Hurtado with not much of a lead at third. Infield back. Mahaffey a little bit in at third. Outfield about straight away. Martinez steps on in. Matson comes to the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch. Slap to left field. Let's see if there's a play on it. No, the ball drops in. Here comes Hurtado. Here comes Rodriguez. He's being waved in by Campbell. No throw. And it's a double for David Martinez. And the Rustlers are now trailing as RCC goes ahead 2-1 on the bloop double to left by David Martinez.
Jacob Barnum.
Brings up Jacob Barnum. A good pitch inside,
Yeah.
but Martinez showed his skills and
He
was
did.
able to do something with it.
We see why he gets on base almost every time he's up.
And just seeing him the last 2 days, Lindsay, the way he can pitch and he can hit, he's definitely potentially a Division I prospect. And Matson can be as such. Let's see if he can get out of this situation. So 2 runners have come in. So when we look at that, now Matson just has to get himself out of the situation there. So Martinez on second with 1 down. And Jacob Barnum the plate. Grounded out to second his first time up. And the pitch. Fastball inside. 1-0 to Jacob Barnum. Long Beach Poly graduate. Great baseball program. MVP of the Texas Rangers in the 70s, Jeff Burrows, Bobby Grich. Aaron Hicks, who now plays center field for the New York Yankees. All products of Long Beach Wilson High. Their Great Lake coach, Skip Rowland. 1-0 with 1 out. Martinez with his lead at second. 2-1. Riverside. Breaking ball, and it's a beauty. Matson gets it in there, 1-1. Same situation happened early on, Lindsay, in Tuesday's game where Riverside jumped out to the lead. Today, Golden West is showing they can hit. Now they've got to contain the Tiger Striped.
And unlike the last game, Golden West started off in a
1-1 fouled away. 1-2
With-
on Jacob Barnum.
Golden West was leading this game, and the Tigers came back. So, unlike last game when Golden West was the team that came back.
I will say that Golden West supporters, there are more fans here than there were Riverside supporters on Tuesday. So let's give kudos to Rustler Nation. If that's
Nicer
what they
weather.
If that's what they call themselves. Well, a lot cooler weather.
It is
beach,
a whole lot
beach
nicer.
weather, to say the least.
With a
Mark-
breeze.
2-1, Tigers. Martinez with his lead. He just drove in the 2 lead runs. Matson on the mound, 1-2 with 1 out. Martinez with his lead. Next pitch, fastball, swing out and miss, or it could have been a changeup. Looked like it was velocity, the motion of a fastball, but changeup swung and missed, and he got the K that he needed. So 3 Ks so far for Luke Matson. And this will bring on Dylan Canojo. He struck out. He was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning.
Another lefty.
And they're going to be flooded with Rudy, of course, going to flood his lineup with lefties against the hard-throwing right-hander. See if the Rustlers can contain the damage in this inning. Pickoff attempt, nobody there. Matson gets off the mound. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. You don't want to get a balk in that situation. Rustlers trying to achieve their goal of making the playoffs. The play-in games start May 1st. We've got a month to go. They need to get it going right now. 0-2. Martinez with his lead at second. 2-1, Riverside City. Matson delivers. On the corner, no call by umpire Fitzpatrick. We're even at 1-1, I believe. Our scoreboard says 1-0, so I could be wrong.
1 and 2.
No.
Or 1-0.
With 2 outs.
2 outs.
We'll get it right. The wind's kicking up,
Yeah,
so we
I
can
can't-
blame it on the wind.
It's hard to see that.
We'll
for
blame it
sure.
on the wind here. Matson at the stretch. And the delivery. Low. 2-0 is the count. Runner on second, David Martinez. Drove in 2 runs earlier, drove in Gerardo, and drove in Jacob Rodriguez. So it's the 2-1 lead in the top half of the 3rd inning. Fred Hoover Field, the campus of Golden West College. Riverside City College versus the Golden West College Rustlers. 2-0 on Dylan Canojo. Left-handed batter, 2-0 pitch, looking for the black on the corner, didn't get it. So here we go. It's either feast or famine for Matson. 3 Ks and 3 walks. We don't want number 4. Canojo possibly could get a green light at 3-0. I doubt it, though. The Rustlers and the Tigers both have difficulty scoring runs this year. 3-0. Matson stretch, delivers. And he gets the breaking ball in. 3-1.
Very few home runs from both teams as well.
No, if you looked at the totals,
Very few.
they're under 10, I think, or maybe under 5. We'll get that stat in between innings. 3-1 on Dylan Canojo. 274 coming into this game. $18 RBIs. 3-1 pitch. Fastball away, another walk. So Canojo managed to go to first, and this will be up the multi-talented Eric Rayford. And before that, we've got a pitching visit from Eric Hutting, the pitching coach. And the infield's coming in, and what they're going to discuss. Let's bear down and get one more out. Runner on first and second with 2 outs. 2-1 Riverside City over the Golden West College Rustlers.
Not let this inning get too far away from you.
Out of hand. I mean, the time, and we talked about this on our opening, is getting few and sleight of hand. And when you cannot derive, when you get good quality pitching, which they've had recently, Bethel had a good breaking ball working on Tuesday. Matson, a little bit of inconsistency so far. I mean, he came out gangbusters in the 2nd inning. We thought, well, he's going to get it together. He's going to do it. Now, Hutting talking with him, trying to get him stabilized and get him together. And here comes Eric Rayford. Eric Rayford,
Hopefully
first inning, struck out. Rayford, pride of Ayala High. Told me yesterday he's the cousin of Angel outfielder Chris Young.
You see that a lot. Families of amazing athletes.
And sort of talked into swaying back to baseball. So he's going to give baseball another shot. First and second, 2 outs for the RCC Tigers. Luke Matson trying to get out of this jam and keep the score at 2-1. Swing and a miss by Rayford. Good pitch by Matford. 2 men on. Martinez at first, Canojo at second. 2-1. David Martinez knocked in 2 runners earlier this inning. Long inning, so now for pitcher Luke Matson for the Rustlers, trying to get out of this situation. 0-1 pitch, looking back at second at Martinez, and he delivers. Breaking ball, and it's a good one. Caught the inside part of the plate, 1-1.
With 2 outs.
I don't think you'll have either runner going. They're both capable of running. Stretch, 0-2 with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Matson stretches and deliver. Breaking ball down and away, and the tag play, and that is strike 3. So, some damage done, but Matson gets out of it. 2 runs, 1 hit. 2 runners left on base, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. And it's 2-1 RCC over the Golden West Baseball Rustlers.
After a little talk from his coach, he came back and got 2 strikes. So,
and we mentioned
definitely
early on our
positive.
broadcast that both teams are really struggling as far as home runs. I mean, Riverside has a grand total of, I was saying under 10. I'm looking it up right now. It's 5. And then when you look at Golden West, they are not much better. When you look at their statistical framework and what they've got to do, their home runs on the year, they've got 2 by Ezeal Weeks, who's not playing today. So they've got 6. So power does not come into play for both of these schools. And then you look at both of these schools' records, 16 and 16 for the Rustlers. Overall, they've relied exclusively on their pitching staff, where Riverside has had sort of a little bit of a combination where they've attempted to start more runners, get more going, rely more on Junior Coleman and David Martinez to sort of set the table. Canojo has a good bat where he's already proven for the last 2 games that he can put balls in play. Let's see what the Rustlers can get back in this game. They're only trailing 2-1, bottom of the 3rd. And that brings on the number 8 hitter, Camula Simeona.
That quickly they went from leading to now needing to come back again, like last game.
Kimona played a little bit in the field last game. The next pitch by Salazar. Down and away. 2-0 to Camula Simeona. Always got to remember with those Pacific Islander names, pronounce the vowels. Oh, a little bleeder over to 3rd. On the way to 1st. 1 out in the play. Easy play. David Martinez playing 3rd, on to first base, Dylan Canojo. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Trent Whitaker, who was a part of that last play, sacrifice play in the top half of the 3rd inning. Did a good job getting over as Madsen made a good throw. Salazar delivers, and he hits a fly ball to center. Easy play for Rayford. Can of corn. And he drops it, though. Rayford sort of lollygagged it, and you can't be a lollygagger in baseball. I think that's what they said in major leagues, and I don't know if it was the sun, Lindsay or not, but he had it, and you look up, and if you're not wearing your glasses or you're wearing your glasses.
The wind, you never know.
Let's see what the second baseman, I don't think he had his glasses. Let's point that out. I think the second baseman just ran over and handed him a pair, and you've got to be prepared in the outfield. Rodriguez might have given him a couple specs to help him catch that ball. You've got your Ray-Bans on today.
I do. It's a little sunny out here,
so
but it's gorgeous.
So the Rustlers have got a break on an error by Rayford, and the ball's grounded to short. No play to 3rd, and Whitaker goes over to 3rd, and that's a ground out.
Now batting number 7.
Bison grounds out on that play. So the error by Rayford moves Trent Whitaker to 3rd. So the tying run is at 3rd with 2 outs. 2 ground balls to short this inning. Handed rather adeptly by Shane Martinez. We'll see if Salazar can get out of this jam. Nelson Padilla sacrificed in the 1st inning, now up in the 3rd. 2-1. First pitch, a little outside, ball 1. Nelson Padilla out of Nevada, all defensive player in high school. Struggled a little bit recently, fielding grounders. Hopefully that's an anomaly. Next pitch, slash down the left field line, just past Coach Mike Mundy. So we're 1-1 with 2 outs. Trent Whitaker on 3rd. Russell's trying to get even. They trail 2-1 in this game. Nelson Padilla at the plate. Anthony Salazar, Alex Salazar on the mound.
Golden West has a
next pitch down low.
Golden West has a player in scoring position. So
Alex Salazar, 8 starts on the year. Got a victory
Tying
in the
run
victory.
right
Got a victory in Tuesday's game, coming out of the bullpen. 2 outs, 2-1 to Nelson Padilla. Runner on 3rd. Next pitch, grounded
tying
to
run
short.
right there.
But it's a nice play. All 3 outs
Stretch for
made
that.
by Shane Martinez, another 6-3. So 6-3 plays in the bottom half of the third. So for the Rustlers, no runs, no hits, no one runner left on base with one error. So we go to the top of the fourth. It's still 2-1 Riverside City College Tigers.
I mean, you have the player in scoring position. You need to capitalize on that, right?
Lack of hitting, once again, the problem for the Rustlers. Having trouble stringing hits together, having trouble advancing runners. They got a break, had an opportunity on a missed fly ball there. Rayford just sort of lollygagged it, as terminology I used, or just took his time with that ball, and they didn't take advantage of it. But Matson will be back on the mound, see if he can get himself back together.
He ended the inning with 2 strikes, so hopefully he'll pick up where he left off last
So
inning.
either feast or famine for the guy, though. He's been either walking people or striking people out. They've only hit one really – well, I don't even see if the Canojo double down the left field line was even worthy of calling a hardly hit ball. He put it in play, but nobody has really drilled the ball on him. So it's everything we expected up to now.
Exactly.
A pitching battle where teams that are going to string a couple hits together, and then they can maybe put something together and get themselves going. Because we talked about this earlier, the Rustlers are running out of time. They have limited games. They have a big 3-game series next week against Santa Ana.
Only 7 games left, yeah.
They close out the season toward the end against Saddleback, and quality team. Saddleback's near the top. Santa Ana's going to be always competitive. So we go to the top of the fourth. Joseph Hodap hit by pitch in the last time up, as he's hitting in the fourth now. 2-1. Riverside. Luke Matson throwing to Marquez. First pitch. Swing and a miss by Hodap. Going for that outside pitch. Hodap hitting the right shoulder. He's hitting 247 on the year. Big, stocky hitter. 6 foot 190 out of Murrieta Vista. Murrieta. Next pitch low. 2-1 on Hodap. The Tigers coach, Rudy Arguras, alumni of Riverside, went to play ball at ASU, fouled down the left field line. So he's familiar with the program. He's familiar with the history. Riverside has a tremendous history. The college itself has produced some great players. Gary Lucas was a great player in the 70s. Tommy Hansen, who pitched for the Angels and the Braves the last few years. I don't know if he's in organized ball. He's a Riverside product. Matson 1-2 pitch with no outs in the fourth, breaking ball, but he doesn't get the call. Matson probably wanted that pitch. Hodap steps out of the box. Coach Campbell had to step over to the dugout. Probably just tell him hit it at 1-2. 2-2 on the pitch. Matson delivers down low. So again, Lindsay, inconsistency in the strike zone has affected Luke Matson in innings 1 through 4.
That is true, and hopefully that does not have to. He doesn't have to come out. His catcher doesn't go out and have
Full
to
count.
talk to him again.
Breaking ball, strike 3 called.
And just when you say that, and he strikes him out.
It's been managing his breaking ball and getting consistency over. So that'll be the first out in the top of the fourth. So Hodap K's first called strikeout in this ball game. And then that'll bring up Junior Coleman. 1 down. Junior Coleman to bat. Nobody on. 2-1 Riverside, top of the fourth. First pitch, another pitch, breaking ball over.
There you go.
So a little bit command for Junior Coleman. 297, 13 homers, 18 stolen bases. Out of Patrick Henry High School, San Diego. Many an athlete out of San Diego. Bill Walton, Marcus Allen, just to name a few. Alex Smith. Next pitch. Looks for a call outside from the umpire, Alan Wyrick at first, and he got the call. So we're 0-2 now. J.C. Coleman in the hole. Matson trying to have his first easy inning, or first free and easy inning. 0-2, J.C. Coleman for RCC, the right fielder. Fouls it back. Count still remains 0-2. Matson's pitch count probably is now up around in the high 40s. So, we'll see. I mean, this could be a helpful, easy inning to get him out of this inning. 0-2. Coleman, breaking ball, and he gets a hack at it and just gets a piece of it. 0-2 to Junior Coleman. Top of the fourth, 2-1, RCC, Riverside Community College, on the campus of Golden West College. Rustlers have one run at Fred Hoover Field. Luke Matson looks in for a sign from Marquez, and 3-2 and a little bit outside. I'm sorry. What am I saying 3-2? I looked at the wrong board. 1-2. 1-2 is the count. I looked at a wrong number up there.
It's the wind. It's the wind.
No, we'll blame it on Diamond Sports up there and that palm swaying. 1-2. Junior Coleman. Matson rocks back and delivers low, and that's 2-2. Nobody on base. For the Rustlers, Matson on the mound, Marquez behind the plate, Lopez at first, Whitaker at second, Mahaffey at third, and Padilla at short. Bouncer, Lopez has it. Quick toss to Matson in time. Nice play on both sides. Play goes 3-1. Great fielding by Josh Lopez. Got the ball in perfect position. That's the play that they make in spring training or practice many a time. So that's the second out. Pretty smooth.
Great play by Matson again.
Sort of like a volleyball dig, right? You got to put it right in the right spot. So that's the second out.
True.
2 outs. 2 up, 2 down. Matson rolling now. Ooh, a bunt attempt by Hurtado right back to Matson. Easy play.
Another defensive play by him.
The side is retired. Nothing doing for the Tigers of Riverside City College in the top of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Riverside ahead, Golden West 2-1.
If Matson doesn't get the strikeout, I mean, he's been doing really well on defense, so.
He's been involved in a lot of the plays today.
A strong arm, can throw it all the way to first quickly.
And that's what you need. I mean, this Riverside team, you know, they are free-swinging players. I mean, Martinez, that heart of that order with Martinez and Canojo really can put fear into the life of a pitcher. But I think Matson's been his worst enemy so far to date. Just not a feel or control in the course of the ballgame.
Were you saying how that was kind of what happened last game with the other?
But the other starter, Troy Bethel, he sort of worked his way through it. I mean, his breaking ball was on some inning, but he sort of like, you know, he knew that they were getting hits. They got 10 hits off him that game. They're spraying the ball around. But he was able to minimize the damage and keep his team in the game. And right now, you can tell Matson's got a little bit more superior stuff as far as throwing and velocity-wise. But that control of that breaking pitch isn't really there. We'll see if the Rustlers can get going in the bottom half of the fourth. They trail 2-1. And coming up for them is Marquez, the catcher, followed by Josh Lopez and Logan Mahaffey. 2-1. Alex Salazar, the Japanese import, still on the mound for RCC, and he delivers. And he delivers a strike. Marquez, number 20, 287 on the year. And Salazar delivers low on a breaking ball. Count is 1-1. 1-1 on Anthony Marquez. 2-1 Riverside. We're in the bottom of the first. Andy Mariani along with Lindsey Helberg. Great job being done by the Golden West television production crew. Next pitch, grounded foul. Hit that screen on the third base side of the Riverside dugout. Ball retrieved by one of the backup Riverside players. Wind has subsided a little bit, about 75-degree day, perfect for baseball. 1-2 the count. Alex Salazar on the mound, hesitation and delivers, and good job by Marquez for hacking that ball away. 1-2 is the count.
How different is, as a batter, is the pitcher throwing it sideways? For how different
Well,
is that for
you
them?
see that one little hesitation, so that could be a little problem in picking the ball up from the release point. And as you can see right there, 1-2 down low. So 2-2 to Anthony Marquez. 2-1 Riverside. They took the first game 5-4. Scored the winning run in the bottom of the ninth on Dylan Canojo's base hit, or J.C. Coleman, I should say. Canojo scored the winning run. Ball fouled back. So keep it alive. Good job by Anthony Marquez. Marquez adjusting his gloves, ready to step back in the box. Salazar reaches the ball into his glove. The hesitation and the 2-2 pitch. Grounded into the hole and through for a base hit for Anthony Marquez. Another hit on the board for the Rustlers.
Now batting number 27.
And that'll
Jose
start that
Lopez.
leadoff inning for the Rustlers. 2-1 Riverside, but Golden West has started off with a leadoff hitter.
Snuck that by the third baseman.
Anthony Marquez on base with that first base hit for him for the day. Marquez with the lead. And this brings up Josh Lopez. 27. Lopez 169 in the year. But he hits it to left field. Good job by Lopez. So the Rustlers have something going now. First and second, nobody out. 2 runners on base.
Now batting number 8, Logan Mahaffey.
3 hits for the Rustlers on the day, 2 this inning. So Rustlers making it happen in this inning. Mahaffey had struggles last game with his fielding and is hoping to make amends. 2 runners on.
Golden West
Marquez.
getting used to the Salazar's pitching.
Marquez on second. Lopez on first. Mahaffey looks to square to bunt. Canojo comes in at first. Takes the ball for a called strike. 0-1 on Logan Mahaffey. Mahaffey, 341 on the year, 426 on base, so he puts the ball in play. Canojo's expecting a bunt, so he's creeping up at first. Salazar at the stretch, and he fakes a throw to second. Nothing going on there. Infield defense is sort of in at the corners, playing for a double play behind. The second baseman, Rodriguez, is the only one playing back. Mahaffey looked down Monday for the sign. He's squaring the bunt. That's a curveball up high. Throw down to second, not in time. So Marquez gets back under the throw. 1-1 with no outs. Bottom of the fourth. Riverside leads 2-1, but the Rustlers have a lot going here on the campus of Golden West College, Fred Hoover Field, named in honor of the late, great, all-time Golden West coach. Monday at there, getting signals from Villarreal in the dugout, the first base dugout. Mahaffey looking to square again. He lays it down. Good bunt, and it might be a hit. Picked up, and no throw on the play from Martinez. It's all loaded up for the Rustlers with nobody out, and that brings up Austin Shell, the left fielder. So Rustlers got something going. Bases loaded with another hit. It's a beautiful bunt single. Their 4th hit on the day. Shell up with the bags full. And here comes the pitching coach for the Tigers, Matt Hollett. He's going to have a little conversation with Alex Salazar. Now, Salazar threw a lot of pitches in that victory on Tuesday coming in on relief. He wasn't very effective. He gave up 3 hits in succession, and then he comes away and picks up the win because he, once those 3 runs scored that tied the game, or 3 hits that tied the game, he settled down in the 8th and 9th and was very effective. So you're talking about 2 days where he's working on pitch issues and in talking to head coach Rudy Arguelles, that's been their issue all year, getting consistent starting pitching. They haven't had it. Guys have gone down. They haven't had opportunity where they've had a regular rotation. Even tomorrow's starter is the notorious TBA, to be announced. So we still don't know on that. Let's see if the Rustlers can do something right now with the bases loaded, nobody out. They trailing 2-1 in the fourth. Austin Shell, the batter.
Putting a little pressure on Salazar right now.
In at the corners. Canojo at first. Martinez at third. And breaking ball fouled back just behind the catcher, Gerardo. 0-1 on Austin Shell. Shell looking to put the ball in play, giving the Rustlers the lead, hopefully. Bases loaded, nobody out. The bags are full. Salazar stretchy delivers. Down low. 1-1's the count. Marquez at third. Lopez at second. And Mahaffey at first. Bags full of Rustlers. 2-1. Riverside with the lead, bottom of the fourth. Something going on with the Rustlers.
No outs.
And the pitch, down low again. So Salazar trying to get his sinker in, trying to get Shell to go after those pitches, and hasn't bit yet. 2-1 on the count. Nobody out. Bases jammed. 2-1 RCC. And the pitch line, but line foul behind the Rustler dugout. 2-2's the count. Austin Shell batting for the Rustlers. Shell looking to put a bat on the ball. He's been in 31 games, started 30. 2-2 pitch with them jammed. Breaking ball grounded to third. Martinez picks it up. He's going to go to the plate. He gets one. Let's see if he gets two. No. Drawn off the bag. So the bases still remain loaded. Marquez forced out at home.
14,
And we are now left with a quicker runner at first, but one out. So the bases remain loaded, one out. Still 2-1 RCC. Nice scoop by David Martinez, showing that not only can he pitch and can he hit, he can field. It was a tough, tricky hop, and he picked it up. This will bring on Ryan Carpenter. Carpenter, the right fielder today, he struck out first time he was up. Bases remain loaded, one out. First pitch, grounded, Martinez, but foul. Foul ball. Foul ball. No, they called it fair. We got a little bit of rule on that play. We're going to see what's going on. It looked like the ball was foul, but he might have fielded it in fair territory.
Now batting number 12.
Yep.
Kamalu Simeone.
And it was called fair.
That quickly, the game goes from loaded bases and no outs to 2 outs and loaded bases still. But
From our angle, I thought that ball was foul, but he must have fielded it fair, gone into foul territory, and Martinez makes another excellent throw to force the play. Saves another run. First pitch to Kamalu Simeone. It's inside, 1-0. Still the bases are remain loaded. Opportunity for the Rustlers. 2 outs now. They don't want to squander it. Foul back. 5 RBIs for Kamalu. Kamalu has got 5 RBIs. Needs to get a base hit here to put the Rustlers out in front. Kamula Simeone. 1-1 the count. Bases jammed. Salazar the pitch. Foul back. Simeone in the hole. Now the point when you get at 1 and 2, you choke up a little bit like he's just done, as our viewers can see. He's just going to try to put that ball in play, and if Salazar is going to try to get him to fish at one pitch. 1-2. Salazar at the stretch. Bases remain loaded. 2-1 RCC. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Simeona strikes out and the bases remain loaded and an opportunity goes by for the Rustlers. No runs, 2 hits, 3 runners left on base with no errors. We go to the top of the 5th. Score still remains 2-1.
That was a missed opportunity Golden West could not afford.
Coach Mike Monday is talking with umpire Tom Fitzpatrick on that bouncer play at third base. That, from our angle, yes, he fielded in foul territory, but I thought the ball had been tailing foul. But home plate umpire Tom Fitzpatrick, it's his call because the other umpire, Alan Wyrick, is at first base, so it's his call at
He's
third.
right down that line.
And he called it, and they created a force play and a golden opportunity. I don't want to use the pun. Golden West goes down the drain.
It's true.
Let's talk a little bit about our broadcast tomorrow, which people will see. It's beach volleyball. It's going to be round robin, so it's going to be interesting effect. We've got Golden West. Their team of how many? 4 or 5?
They have 5 teams, and each team has 2 players on it. They do a kind of interesting and new way of playing. Each team plays the number 1 team, and the coach decides who their number 1 team is, who their number 2 team is, and they're on down from there. So we're going to be calling the game on the first court too, on the sand and on the first court.
Cyprus, Santa Ana, and we have OCC, our rival. Absolutely. All right, we go to the top of the 5th. Now batting for the Tigers will be their leadoff hitter, Jacob Rodriguez. Rodriguez followed by Martinez and Martinez. It's not a law firm. Matson with the pitch, and it's over. 0-1 to Jacob Rodriguez. 2-1, top of the 5th inning. Riverside Community College with the lead. Rustlers, if you just joined us, they missed a great opportunity in the bottom half. Up over the mound, over Matson. See if Whitaker can make the play. Off balance throw. In time. Ring it up. Great defensive play by Trent Whitaker. And Lopez took the ball in the bounce. Fine set of fielding right there. Beautiful play. In my scorebook, I'll put a star on that.
That was great.
Yep.
Fantastic play right there.
It was. He took it on the run, short hopped it, and made the throw. You know what I do in my scorebook? The late, great Jerry Coleman, Padre announcer. Put a star on that baby.
Game ball for hopefully.
Game ball, absolutely. 1 down, top of the 5th. This will bring up Shane Martinez. So I'll put a little star on that. 4-3 on the 5th. All right. And 1-0 is the count on Shane Martinez, the shortstop for RCC. 0 for 5 last week and hits a gapper. We'll see if Carpenter gets there. On the run, he makes the fine catch. Fine running catch by Ryan Carpenter for the 2nd out. That retires Shane Martinez, and the other part of the law firm coming up, Daniel Martinez.
Quick outfield Golden West has.
Daniel Martinez already instrumental in this series, the way he pitched his 7 2/3 on Tuesday, allowing 8 hits, only 4 runs, and his fielding and hitting has been a decisive factor today. First pitch is a strike, so Matson delivers the first one. 0-1 to Daniel Martinez with 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Riverside Community College Tigers lead the Golden West College Rustlers 2-1. Luke Matson delivers, breaking ball outside. Martinez with a good eye. He's scored 21 runs up to now as an offensive player. Holds the bat high over his head. The 1-1 pitch, down low. 2-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. RCC up 2-1. The wind's picking up here at Fred Hoover Field. Matson disregarding the wind, looking in, 2-1 pitch, breaking ball low. 3-1's now the count. No runners on base, 2 outs. Fine defensive play by Whitaker to start this inning for the Rustlers. Fine defensive play by the second baseman. 3-1's the count, 2 outs. Madsen rocks back and delivers. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch. Brings the count full 3-2 to Daniel Martinez. No runners on.
Two outs.
Jacob Barham on deck. Pitch, a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Strike 3 call. So after the great defensive play by Whitaker and a strikeout to end the inning by Daniel Martinez, the Tigers go quietly in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Bottom of the 5th, score still remains. Riverside Community College Tigers 2, Golden West College Rustlers 1. We were talking about the beach volleyball.
Yeah,
So the format,
So
best players, court 1, court 2, how does that work? Is there some strategy involved?
Well, we were talking to the coach at Golden West, and he was talking about how he put certain players together, and depending on skill level and how well they played together, and then he decides on what position he'll put them in, either 1 through 5, and he can either play 1 through 4 at the same time, or sometimes he goes 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the number 1 team will play. And tomorrow he's actually just going to do. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then see if he needs that 5th game. Sometimes you don't need that 5th game. So.
And it's a big game for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and normally happens in baseball. The guy who makes a great play in the inning before is going to lead it off, and that's Trent Whitaker, the second baseman, number 13. He'll be coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-1. RCC over Golden West. Salazar delivers, ground ball to Martinez. Don't want to hit the ball to Daniel. Daniel throws over to Canojo, and that's a quick out. Play 5-3 in your scorebook, and that'll be out number 1.
Number 3, Jeremiah Bison.
And brings us to the top of the order for Jeremiah Bison, who led the game off with a double and scored the Rustlers' lone run on the day.
See if he can get the hitting started for Golden West.
He's the catalyst. He is the man that gets it going. First pitch. Over for a strike. Head coach Bert Villarreal has been with this program. He's only the second coach next to Fred Hoover. Salazar delivers, breaking ball way wide. Hoover left Golden West with a career record of .459 and .295. They won more than 20 games 13 times in his illustrious career and shared 7 conference titles. So that says something about the late, great Fred Hoover's skills. And next pitch, down low. And Villarreal just trying to keep the tradition going. It's more competitive now. A lot more kids are playing community college. 2-1 with 1 down. Pitch outside. So Bison trying to get something going. Jeremiah Bison, head on the count, 3-1. Pitch count's probably getting high for Alex Salazar, working his second game in 3 days. First one was in relief, got the win. Now he's working his way into the 5th. He's got that rubber arm, and the pitch grounded to short. That's an easy play on over to first to Canojo. The other Martinez, don't hit it to that law firm. Martinez and Martinez are making every play today for the Tigers. And now with 2 outs, we go to shortstop Nelson Padilla, number 7. He'll be coming to hit in the bottom of the 5th.
It really wasn't that easy at the end of it.
And the score is 2-1.
You know, Jeremiah is super quick, so it turned out not to be as easy of a play as.
Well, after watching that game on Tuesday where I saw so many errors and so many pops dropped, this is a very clean defensive game. First pitch to Padilla, foul back. 0-1 on Nelson Padilla. Tomorrow's starter for the Rustlers will be Jesse Meyer. He's got a 3.41 ERA. He's 4-1 in the season. The dreaded TBA is going to go for Riverside. Next pitch, foul to the right side. Canojo might have a play. He's hustling. He's out of my vision. Did he catch it? No. Now that one was a tough one because that was behind the batting cage and the Rustler dugout. 0-2 on Nelson Padilla, shortstop for the Rustlers. Rustlers trail 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Line score, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Riverside. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Rustlers. Alex Salazar delivers the 0-2 with 2 outs to go, and a swing and a miss. Ball dropped by Hurtado. He goes and throws it over to Canojo, and that'll end it. Another quiet inning for the Rustlers. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1, 2, 3 in the inning. And we move to the top of the 6th, a fast-moving game. The Riverside City College Tigers 2, the Golden West College Rustlers 1.
I'm hoping that inning where they had the bases loaded doesn't come in back to kind of bite them at the end, leaving bases loaded and having no outs. I mean, you don't want to see that.
Not at all. Next inning, we're going to pay a little tribute. You know, you can bring up some things about Fred Hoover, who passed away in 2012. Very influential on this ballpark. But Bert Villarreal, the head coach, has been trying to establish this program in his own, and you talked to him in between the games or prior to this series, and he emphasized how his coaching staff now is really in place. And Mike Monday, the son of Dodger great Rick Monday, is the third base coach, and the coaching staff with Eric Hitting as the pitching coach and the fielding coach, and then Thomas Walker. A lot more promising, more competitive for the Rustlers. Coming up for Riverside will be the throw on through, and we'll be ready to go. And it looks like the bottom of the order, or middle of the order. Jacob Barham will be coming up, I believe.
Now batting number 16,
Nope.
Mario Gonzalez.
New pinch hitter right now. So it's Mario Gonzalez coming into the game. So we got some new substitutions. So you got to. So Mario Gonzalez in for Jacob Barnum in the DH spot. So Mario getting an opportunity. First time in the series. And he bats in the 6th. First pitch, strike. Mario Gonzalez, catcher, backup catcher, 5'11", 180, out of A.B. Miller and Fontana. He's behind the count 0-1. Matson rocks and delivers. A little low. So sort of risky, Lindsay, that you would bring in one of your backup catchers, but they need an extra run, trying to get a cushion. Next pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Matson ahead on the count. No outs. Top of the 6th. 2-1 Riverside. Mario Gonzalez only hitting 182 on the year. Wind is gusting feverishly. 1-2. The pitch. Little low. 2-2 to backup catcher Mario Gonzalez has appeared in 15 games. This will be his 16th game. He's only had 4 hits in the year. No RBIs.
That is pretty risky, bringing him in.
Well, Barnum was a little dominated. And next pitch, talk about domination. Strike 3 call by Matson. And Gonzalez goes to the dugout. This will bring on Dylan Canojo, the first baseman. Canojo struck out first time up. Got on base on a walk the last time up. Been slick fielding first baseman. 1 out, top of the 6th. Riverside leads Golden West 2-1. As it continues the wind, and the gusts now are probably around 25. First pitch down low. 1-0 to Dylan Canojo. 2 for 4 on Tuesday. Matson rocks back. Pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. To the first baseman, number 24, Dylan Canojo, out of Honolulu, Hawaii. San Gregorio, the beautiful islands.
Beautiful.
The mainland. Next pitch, breaking ball, hacks it off and fouls it to the left side. Was tailing away, and Canojo got a piece of it. Fouled it away. In community college, whether it's Bert Villarreal or Rudy Arguelles, you recruit from all over Nevada, Hawaii,
yeah.
wherever you can get the players. 1-2 with one out. Matson delivers inside. Nice block. Well, the ball and counts were wrong. That was ball 4. So we're a little behind over here. I got to do a better job keeping score. Dylan Canojo leads off with a walk.
Now batting number 18, Chapman Wheeler.
And a new player coming into the game. So they're really making me work today. You know, the difficulties of Eric Rayford and Jacob Barnum are causing substitutions to come in the game. And this young man is Wheeler, I believe it is. And it's Chapman Wheeler. He's out of 5'10", 175. He's out of Wildomar, Lake Elsinore area. One out. Chapman Wheeler, the batter. Luke Matson has been strong through 5. One bad inning. At the stretch, Canojo with his lead at first. First pitch down low. 1-0 to Chapman Wheeler. He's a utility player, so he can play a little outfield, a little infield. Has hit for the year, 292 on the season, only 19 at bats. First pitch, got back to the mound, throw over to first. Lopez late with the tag. So Matson keeping a close eye on Canojo at first. Matson looking in, gets his signal from Marquez, and then he throws over to first. Safe again. So as you can see, Lindsay, this one extra run could be a big factor in this game. Already in the 6th, and it feels like a 9th inning game where Arguelles is playing for a run. He might be bunting. Maybe he's not a good bunter. Chapman has hit during the year. Next pitch is a strike. With a fastball.
I mean, it does feel like the 9th inning, but we also talked about in the beginning that this is pretty much do or die for both teams. Both teams need to play well for the last 7 games of the season.
And both teams are going to play close games. It's obvious on their styles and the way they play, lack of power. 1-1, one out. Dylan Canojo on first. It's a 2-1 game in favor of Riverside. Next pitch, down low, snap throw to first. Not in time. Great effort by Anthony Marquez. Just under the tag of Lopez. Signals being get at third by third base coach Bryce Campbell. 2-1, good situation to send a runner, get him on the move. We'll see what kind of contact that Wheeler has. At the stretch, Matson working in his 6th inning. And he delivers 2-1 outside. So now the control issues that Matson's had throughout this game, minus a couple innings, minus the 2nd, is affecting him once again. He's got a 3-1 count on Chapman Wheeler, trailing 2-1 with an insurance run on first base in the form of Dylan Canojo with his lead. Being held by Josh Lopez. Canojo might be on the move. Wheeler, and he is moving. Strike, throw down by Marquez a little high. Canojo gets under the tag. Stolen base for Dylan Canojo, and that puts him in scoring position. Canojo not known as a base stealer, but yet he does have 8 on the year. Not quite as much as Junior Coleman, who leads the team with 18. But he puts the Tigers in scoring position. Man on second, 3-2 count still to Chapman Wheeler. Luke Matson at the stretch and delivers. Breaking ball just inside. Wheeler draws a walk, and now we have first and second with 1 out. Nelson Padilla going to talk to Luke Matson. Pitch count. Lindsay is climbing. Matson's going to have to gut it out and get through this inning. He's now facing Joey Hodap.
Again, another meeting with his.
Another mound visit by Eric
coach.
Hutting.
Last time it worked. I mean, he came back and got two 2 strikes and struck out the last batter, so we'll see.
Amazing how time flies as Bert Villarreal took over the program in end of June 1988. At that time, he was 25, and he was the youngest community college baseball coach. And times have gone by, and now he's the sage veteran trying to scrap and claw his way into a playoff spot, trailing now in the 6th inning, 2-1. Really, lack of offense has hurt the Rustlers once again. Lack of timely hitting, an ability not to get key hits bunched together, and that bases loaded opportunity that dictates back in the 4th inning, or the 3rd inning, I should say, really hurts.
It does at this point, especially when you're this close to a team. You got to capitalize on opportunities like that.
And we'll see if the Tigers do that now with Joey Hodup, and he might be looking to bunt. There's 1 out in this inning. Dylan Canojo on second, the insurance run. Infield playing straight away, outfield playing straight away. Matson into his 6th inning. RCC leading Golden West College Rustler baseball 2-1, top of the 6th. Runner on second with 1 out. Matson at the stretch. Matson delivers. Breaking ball catches the corner for a strike. Matson looking back at Canojo. Whitaker shaded over a little bit, a couple more steps over towards second. Vyson playing toward left center a couple steps. If you've never been to Fred Hoover Field here, the dimensions are 345 down the line, 390 in the power alleys, 417 straightaway center. Matson delivers. Bounced up over the mall. Whitaker, maybe a double play, goes to one himself, and the first high throw, but let's see if Lopez comes down. He does. Double play. Beautiful fielding by Trent Whitaker. 4-3 unassisted double play, reduces the damage, and the Rustlers live to save another inning. So let's check the line score in that inning for the Rustlers, or for the Riverside City Tigers. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. And as we go to the bottom of the 2nd, bottom of the 6th inning, it's 2-1 Riverside.
Golden West's defense again helped Matson out.
And look who's back out in the mound, Lindsay. The workhorse himself, little Alex Salazar.
He hasn't had to throw as many pitches as Golden West, so.
Let's look at Alex Salazar's stats for the year. 3.16 ERA, he's 2-4. This is his 16th appearance. He started 8 games, 1 save. He's pitched 51 innings. He gives up a hit an inning, so that's where the Rustlers have been a little bit lacking on not being able to touch him up hit-wise. He's been crafty with his curveball, and he's been mixing it up. And that hesitation might, but they faced him on Tuesday. So it's not to say they haven't seen him recently. I know in California Community College Athletic Association baseball that you really don't see your opponents until you play them in that 3-game series. And often as it is, you don't have a feel on it. I don't know how much scouting you do. But he has been deceptively good and deceptively wild. And we'll see if the Rustlers can get going. One of their catalysts today, who's had a pretty good day fielding and hitting, is Anthony Marquez. He is the catcher, and he is here to start off the bottom of the 6th. And he has a cheering section, I hear. So the fans are behind Marquez in the bottom of the 6th, 2-1. First pitch, grounder to Martinez. Martinez, Shane throws it over, and Marquez is an out. 1 up, 1 down. And that is the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now batting number 8, Logan Mahaffey.
Logan Mahaffey coming up. No, it's Josh Lopez.
Number 27, Josue Lopez.
Mr. PA announcer's got to get us online. Are you in the game, bud? Thank you. Well, that's all right. You know, I trusted you the whole game. First pitch to Lopez on the corner outside. You've been doing a fine job, by the way. You'll be doing a finer job once you pitch next year, right? Both of you guys, or you play next year. There you go. Hesitation by Salazar. Next pitch is inside. Rudy Arguelles, how many innings, Lindsay, is he going to keep throwing Alex Salazar out there? Sometimes they just run these guys out, but he's holding his own. Next pitch, inside.
But he really hasn't had to pitch as much as
He hasn't had to work as hard. He's hadn't had a runner situation. He had the one inning, the third, and the bases loaded, and the 2 grounders. One was questionable. I don't want to be going after count is 2-1. I don't want to be going after umpire Fitzpatrick, but that was a questionable call. Next pitch fouled back by Lopez. 2-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Riverside City College Tigers lead the Golden West College Rustlers 2-1. Line score: 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Riverside, 1 run, 4 hits for the Rustlers. 2-2 pitch by Salazar, flare to left field, just foul. Lopez had the right idea. The ball was on the outside part of the plate, and he put it there. 2-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning at Hoover Field. Andy Mariani, along with Lindsay Helberg, right? That's it.
Yep, Lindsay Helberg.
I've had different partners throughout the years. First time we've worked together. Next pitch, 3-2. So far, so good. 3-2 is the count. 1 out. Josh Lopez, the first baseman for the Rustlers, the batter. Salazar looking in for his sign from Hurtado. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Salazar delivers another strikeout, and Lopez goes down.
Now batting number 8.
It's a good game to start working together. Really intense, really close.
Amazingly, that's only the 2nd K, I believe, for Salazar on the day. We'll have to double check our statistician afterwards. But with 2 outs, that brings on Logan Mahaffey, who got a single in the 3rd, and that was the inning where the Rustlers loaded him up but just couldn't take advantage of it. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Salazar delivers, and it's a drive to center field, and the catch is made, and that's the 3rd out.
Somebody got sunglasses out there, and look what happens.
1-2-3 inning for the Rustlers. They come away with no runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base. That catch was made by Junior Coleman, who had moved over from right field to center field. So we're going to go to the top of the 7th inning. The score remains 2-1 Riverside over Golden West College Rustlers.
Sunglasses make all the difference out in the outfield.
We were just asked from the truck if we're going to sing I'll Take My... I'm not Harry Carey. I might wear glasses like Harry Carey, but I don't have super rimmed triple glass glasses. So I think we'll pass on that. But Lindsay's going to tell you about the late great Fred Hoover, right? Give us some more information on him.
Fred Hoover,
which the field is named after,
was head coach at Golden West. He also, after retiring in 1988, he continued to coach baseball at UCI Irvine, Cal State Fullerton, and Chapman University, which are all local to where we are now. And in one of his proudest moments, he was saying, was when Golden West did name the field after him. And he passed away, unfortunately, in 2012 at the age of 81. But he was survived by his wife, Barbara, who was 60 years old. And it was also said that, like, he would take out his team even after they were his former players, and they would go golfing. And he was even caught golfing a few days before his passing. So I mean, he was playing with his team, his former players, on the.
So he had a definite impact on the career of Bert Villarreal, and new pitcher is going to be coming in. I don't know if it's Johnny Kuhn. Yes, it is Johnny Kuhn. Johnny Kuhn is the new pitcher. He appeared in the game and took the loss on Tuesday, and he'll be coming in relief. So Yeah, Fred had an influence on Bert Villarreal. He also had
Influence on a lot of his players.
and
it
did
sounds
I don't know
like
if
it.
you mentioned that he came back and was the pitching coach as well once he retired. So even though he was in the head coach job. All right, first
He was
batter.
Also in the Community College Baseball Hall of Fame. So
Jace Junior Coleman leads off, and the Rustlers have a new pitcher. That's Johnny Kuhn, reliever. First pitch, down and away. Junior Coleman grounded out last time up, short to first. Like I mentioned earlier, Johnny Kuhn took the loss, hard luck loss. Back in relief. Next pitch, down and away. Johnny Kuhn, big, tall, right-handed pitcher. Kuhn ready, looks in, and delivers. Strike over the middle. Good shot for Johnny Kuhn out of Lakewood, St. John Bosco prospect. 2-1's the count, nobody out. 2-1 Riverside, there with the lead. Next pitch, lined up right up the middle for a base hit. That's the third hit on the day for the Tigers.
Now batting number 23, Andrew Hirado.
Hit number 3 for Riverside. Finally, Lindsay, probably one of the best hit balls on the day.
it was a great hit down the center.
He took that pitch and went with it to right center, and Kuhn is already in a little bit of a trouble with the leadoff hit to the best base stealer on the Rustlers, on the Tigers. On the Tigers, Junior Coleman. Coleman's going to have a lead. Kuhn's going to be working out of the stretch. This brings up catcher Anthony Hirado. He walked in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Looking to bunt. He gets the bunt down but foul. Marquez picks it up, tosses it back to Kuhn. A crucial point in the game. 7 hits for both teams. Line score 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the visiting Riverside City College Tigers. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for the Golden West Rustlers. Played error-free and good defensive ball today. Trent Whitaker at second has been really strong. Anthony Girardo, the catcher, 263 on the season. 1 homer, 0-1 with no outs. Girardo looking to bunt again. Let's see if he lays it down. Nope. He pulls the bat back, and it's a called strike. 0-2 on the count. 2 strikes on Anthony Girardo. Looking over at his coach, Bryce Chapman. We'll see if he's going to let him try to bunt. You play the game and you bunt a foul, you're going to get a strikeout to the pitcher. So we'll see what, and in community college baseball, especially these two teams, runs come at a premium. 0-2 to Girardo, the catcher. Kuhn at the stretch, Coleman with his lead. Pitch, he takes outside, 1-2. 1-2 to Anthony Girardo. Lindsay, you think he's going at first? 18 bags on the year?
I think he
18
wants
bags
to.
on the year? He's in a situation where very athletic. He moved in this game from right field to center. Stretching out his lead. Kuhn's looking at him. Goes back. And Coleman dives back to first. Coleman got the hit off Kuhn to win the game on Tuesday, and now he comes back in the 7th and drives a hit. So Johnny Kuhn struggling against Junior Coleman. Coleman with a good lead. He's trying to stretch it out. Girardo steps in, 1-2 with no outs. 2-1 still. Ball up high. Riverside with the lead. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Andy Mariani with Lindsay Hellberg from Fred Hoover Field on the campus of Golden West College in Westminster, California. Glad to bring you this broadcast. It's been fun, right?
Yeah, first one of the year.
A little bit of wind, but we've worked our way through it. Look at Old Faithful's curled up. Old Glory.
Old Glory.
It's curled up right in front of us. 2-2, and there goes Coleman. Swing and a miss, throw down a little bit off, and it might be in the outfield, but Coleman's not going to advance. So swing and a miss by Hurtado. Throw down by Marquez off line, and stolen base number 19 for Junior Coleman, and he's in scoring position with 1 out in the 7th, and takes us back to the top of the order with Jacob Rodriguez. Last time up, Jacob grounded out in a great defensive play by Whitaker, Trent Whitaker, the Rustlers' second baseman. Rodriguez trying to pick up the speedy Coleman at second. Johnny Kuhn trying to keep the score at bay.
He went and actually got him out, which was amazing.
So what happened on that call? Did he run off the base?
Yeah, and he got him out.
He tagged him. See, I'm sleeping, looking at my scorebook, giving Junior Coleman credit, and he went off the bag and got tagged.
So now 2 outs.
So that teaches you to stay on the base. Next pitch. Low and away. Well, that's a big break for the Rustlers. Big break.
Taking a runner off of second and out of scoring position is what you need to do right now, especially.
Well, when you overrun the bag, you know, the ball went into center field, and that hurt Riverside at that time. Ball away, 2-0 with 2 strikes. 2-0, I should say, with 2 outs. Stand corrected. 2-1 game. So I think he went off the runner on the base went off the bag and he was tagged out. So he inadvertently went off the base, did not call timeout, which you have to get the timeout from the umpire. And in this particular case, it was Alan Wyrick who was stationed at first. And if you don't put your hands up and ask for a timeout and you're dusting yourself off at second, and smart baseball by the Rustlers, they made the tag play. 3-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. So 3-2 with 2 outs. Rustlers get a break. Who made the tag, Lindsay? Second or short? We'll find out in between innings. Three and two with 2 outs.
No one actually got the tag. It was obstruction by the batter.
Is that what the call was?
That
okay,
was
so the runner was out. Because it looked like a clean play. Well, the next play was grounded to Nelson Padilla. He quickly throws to first, and that ends the inning. So we had a batter's interference basically that negated that stolen base.
Exactly.
And Rustlers will take it. Well, thank you, scorekeepers, for letting us know what's going on. We're going to go to the stretch half of the 7th inning. Here at Fred Hoover Field in Golden West College, the score is Riverside City College Tigers 2 and the Golden West Rustlers 1.
That was a big call, and
baseball lesson 101. You got to pay attention to that home plate umpire, because Coleman had it clean, stolen easy. All right, now let's see who looks like a new pitcher's in the ball game for us. No, I'm wrong.
Same one.
He has just got a rubber arm, old Alex Salazar. He
wants to finish off the game, I think.
If this was Little League, Alex Salazar would not be out there.
Yes, he would be out.
Because he's pitched twice in 2 days. He's pitched a full 9 innings.
Can't do back-to-back games, can you, in Little League?
Nope.
There you go.
And I think he's working on his 10th inning of work consecutively against the Rustlers. We'll see.
Then the hitter should be prepared then at this moment. They've seen the same same pitcher and same pitches for the past 10 innings. So
he's been crafty. We will give him the benefit of the doubt. He tantalizes you with a breaking ball outside. He's got a sneaky fast fastball. And then he has when he needs to throw a strike with a curveball, he flips it up there. So let's see what the Rustlers can do in the bottom of the 7th. They're running out of time.
Got bases loaded before on him, so
Austin Shell will be leading it off. Salazar with a pitch. Ooh, driven to right center field. And Coleman can't get it. It's going to the wall. By the time Wheeler picks it up, on his way to third, and Shell will make it. A big hit by Austin Shell. Hits a gapper off Salazar in between Coleman and the right fielder Wheeler. Goes to the 390 sign and the Rustlers are in business with a leadoff triple. And that's the 5th hit of the day for the Rustlers.
5 hits against Riverside's 3, so
we've got the hit advantage, and Ryan Carpenter's up, who had a successful 2-hit game on Tuesday. Let's see what Carpenter does. First pitch. Shale has his lead outside from third. Short lead at third. Ryan Carpenter struck out in the second. Salazar from the stretch and delivers. Over for a strike. 1-1. Bottom of the 7th. Golden West trails the Riverside City College Tigers 2-1. Alex Salazar still on the mound in his 7th inning, 10 consecutive innings for the Rustlers. At the stretch, the pitch down low gets away from the catcher, Hurtado, but no advancement made by Shell. 2-1 on Ryan Carpenter, playing right field today for the Golden West Rustlers. So what's going on in our booth here? Somebody's climbing up above.
We're climbing because the wind has picked up, and we're trying to get the noise around here.
2-1.
Calm down.
Shell with his lead, the tying run. Fly 2 down the right side, nobody there. Great effort by Wheeler. He comes up short.
He did run that.
Balls down the line into the Rustler bullpen. 2-2. Tying run on third in a crucial game for the Golden West Rustlers. They need a win to keep going, keep some opportunity. Their RPI as of a week ago was at 10, so they had a legitimate shot at looking at a large berth.
And actually help them win the series against Riverside. I mean,
this is a crucial moment.
2-2,
2-2, the pitch, down low. Down low, and now we're full. Rustlers got something going. Shell at third. Nobody out. Alex Salazar on the mound for Riverside. Riverside took the first game of the series, 5-4 on Tuesday. 3-2 to Ryan Carpenter, runner on third. The pitch, down and in, and it's a walk. So the lead runner's on first with nobody out. Salazar might be tiring. And up brings Kamala Simeona. Kamala Simeona looking to redeem himself. He's had a tough day. He's the DH today, number 12. He is up with no outs. Runners on first and third. We have a little conversation going now between Hurtado and Salazar. And Hurtado looks like he's stalling for time. Out comes pitching coach Matt Holland.
Might need to rest his arm a little bit.
I can't see around the corner, so I don't know if there's anybody in the Riverside bullpen warming up. But there will be a conversation. Both teams know what's at stake here. A couple defensive moves have been made earlier in the game. A crucial batter's interference play took the Junior Coleman out of potentially scoring a third run the top half of this inning. Umpire Tom Fitzpatrick is coming to the mound trying to expedite the movement of the pitching coach. Holland's on his way back. And now there's a conference call between the whole infield. So it's a little pep talk there for Salazar. Or is it a stall talk, Lindsay?
I think it's probably a stall talk right now.
He's got to be laboring.
There's no one in the bullpen over there, so no one's warming up. So
for a Tiger staff that's short on starters, for a man that's made quite a few appearances, a relief appearance on Tuesday of 3, and now into his 7th inning, it's an opportunity for the Rustlers. First and third, no outs. They trail in the bottom of the 7th, 2-1. Kamala Simeona up and squeeze. Did he get a hit with the ball?
Yes, he did.
That'll load him up.
Here we go again. Here's another opportunity. No outs and bases loaded. Let's
For
see
the
what they can
second time in this ball game, it happened earlier in the 3rd and now in the bottom of the 7th, the Rustlers now have the bases loaded.
Salazar got out of the last time, but, you know, that was in the beginning of this game. And
now it's an opportunity once again. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Now a conversation between both umpires, Fitzpatrick and Wyrick. And they do consult and confirm it was a hit by pitch. There might have been a question on the part, did Kamalu Simeona try to get out of the way? But looks like after the umpires conferred, that is the call. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Same as the third, infield in at the corners. Salazar still on the mound. Trent Whitaker, the star of today's game so far. A couple defensive great plays and a great opportunity right now to put the Rustlers ahead. First pitch, right down the middle. Strike one. Made a great short hop on a play. Started a double play on his own. Helped turn a double play. Gotten a rundown.
Yeah.
Gotten a rundown in the first inning. All defense. Now he wants to see if his offense can work. 0-1. Trent Whitaker, bases loaded. Rustlers trail 2-1. Bottom of the seventh. The pitch from Salazar down and in. Nice stop by Hurtado. Got on both knees to block that ball out. Because if it gets by him, the tying run's in. 1-1. 2-1 Riverside. Precarious position for Anthony Salazar, the freshman out of Japan. The 1-1 pitch to Whitaker. He flares it to right field, and it's going to be in. It might go all the way to the wall. It does past Weaver. Here comes one run. Here comes 2 runs. Here comes the 3rd run, and it's a triple for Trent Whitaker. And the Rustlers jump ahead. They jump ahead 4-2 by a crucial hit off Anthony Salazar. Trent Whitaker takes it the other way, and the Rustlers have a 2-run lead.
I think Riverside's going to put somebody to start warming up. What do you think?
The move is made now.
I think so.
Crucial hit by Whitaker. Scoring Shell, Carpenter, and Simeona.
He's going.
And we got a lefty coming in. We'll check the lefty otherwise.
So Salazar's now out.
Salazar worked
He is out.
6 complete innings. So in the course of 2 games, he worked 9 total innings. Didn't get anybody out this inning. So he just wore out.
He did. I mean, regardless of if it's college or if it's Little League, I mean, you can't continue to pitch that many innings in a row and expect to
Well, when my conversation with Rudy Arguelles early on, the first words out of his mouth was, I asked him, who are your 3 starters? Who are your 3 starters for this series? And he gave me Daniel Martinez, and then he gave me 2 TBAs. So that told me one of 2 things, that he's short on staff, and he's just sort of patchworking his pitching staff together. And now we have another lefty that we're going to have to see who's coming in. I know the umpire. What is it, 21? Does that look right? 20, Graham Cook, left-handed pitcher out of Santiago High School in Corona. So Graham comes in. Let's look up Graham's statistics and let you know, fans, what Graham has done up to now in the course of this season. 2.29 ERA. He's 2-1 on the season. 16 appearances. No games started, so he's strictly a reliever. He's their top reliever. 5 saves in the season. So Rudy Arguelles wants to keep this score close, keep his team within an earshot, but the resiliency of the Rustlers have come to play. They had an opportunity in the 3rd.
They did.
Squandered it. Yes, because of maybe a questionable call by umpire Fitzpatrick that could have gone either way. But then when the pitcher was burdening, Salazar was burdening, they did deliver in the 7th inning.
Huge triple, and they're winning. Golden West came back, and now they're winning like they came back last game. So, but what they need to do is they need to close the game and go all the way to the end of the 9th.
And that's a good time to do it now because you've got your best hitter coming up, Jeremiah Vyson, who had a double in the 1st and scored the 1st run for the Rustlers. And Jeremiah Dyson is coming up in a situation where the infield will be coming in. Want to cut off that 5th potential run for the Rustlers. They have gone ahead now with no outs in the bottom of the 7th. Big triple by Whitaker just moments ago. Trent Whitaker with his lead at 3rd. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Infield in for the Tigers. Martinez's are both in on the left side. Rodriguez in and Canolo in at first. Next pitch, swung and a miss.
And the Rustlers are swinging the bat. They have 6 hits to Riverside's 3. So
Hop is in a little bit in left, and Coleman is now in center, shaded toward right, with Wheeler straight away in right. Foul back by Vyson. Jeremiah Vyson, double like I mentioned, coming in this game hitting .353, 48 hits on the year.
he started the game out with a really nice hit.
Really haven't seen his speed. 1-2. No outs, runner on 3rd. Whitaker with his lead on 3rd. Rustlers have just scored 3 runs on a triple by Whitaker to take the lead. Swing and a miss. Looks like he tried to hold up, but a little too late, so Vyson is down. So Vyson K's for the first out, brings up Nelson Padilla, shortstop. Padilla 2 for 4 on Tuesday. Wants to keep that hot bat going. Got a sacrifice in the first inning. Crucial situation now to try to bring home another run. Give Johnny Kuhn a lead of more than 2 runs. First pitch. Foul back. Graham Cook, lefty, 6 foot 180. Sophomore, 2nd year.
First time Golden West has seen this pitcher, so
Typically left-hander, slow delivery and keeping that ball back, trying to extend that ball as long as he can so it's hard to pick up coming out of his shoulder. 0-1 with 1 out. Pitch to Padilla, breaking ball up high. You don't want that pitch 0-1 to come high. You want it down and low so they'll go and swing after it. With the infield in, you want to get that ground ball. Hold that runner at 3rd. Whitaker looking down, talking to Coach Monday at 3rd. And the pitch, down low, great block by Hurtado. Brings the count to 2-1. Let's recap the scoring for you. The Rustlers got 1 run with a Vyson double in the first. And then Martinez with a blue double down that left field line. Put the Tigers ahead 2-1. Rustlers now 3 biggies in the bottom of the 7th. So at a time when the Rustlers really needed a hit, their man of the day, Trent Whitaker, going into this game hitting .242, with only 4 RBIs, gets 3 on 1 shot. 3-1. Nelson Padilla, the pitch. And he lines a base hit to left field, and in comes Whitaker. Make the score 5-2 Rustlers. Breaking ball up and in, and Padilla manhandles it.
Now batting number 20.
7 hits now for the Rustlers. They got their hitting shoes on. Nice piece of hitting. Nice piece of hitting.
Their pitching coach is coming out again.
Nice piece of hitting that time.
That was.
He was patient.
That was a solid hit.
Waited on that pitch, got in his eyes, did something with it. So another pitching change. So even though the staff of the Tigers was worried about their number of pitchers, they're now to a point where they need to throw pitchers out there no matter who they are. And this is number 3, Zach Filos, right?
Now pitching number 3, Zach Filos.
There we go. Right-hander out of Murrieta. He is 5'8", 140, right-hander. I think he's even a little smaller than Salazar. So this guy is a crafty little guy. Let's check out his stats. His Cashmere blasts on the GWC PA system. Rustlers up 5-2, bottom of the 7th. Big 4-run 7th inning. Let's recap that 4-1 7th inning. started with a few a base on balls. No, a triple really. Anthony Shale got a triple, and then a walk, I believe. 2 walks to walk to Carpenter, and Simeona got a hit by pitch, and that set the stage for Trent Whitaker to hit a triple down the right field line, scoring 3. And then with Whitaker on third, hanging breaking ball, Nelson Padilla deposited in left field, and that's where we sit. 5-2 Rustlers. Line score, Rustlers 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Riverside City College Tigers 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error.
Took out their lefty and put another right.
Third pitcher being used by Rudy Arguez. And this will bring up the next batter for Golden West with Padilla on first and 1 out.
The quick pitching change right there.
The key element today, Anthony Marquez, catcher. He's been strong behind the plate. Got a base hit in the third. Grounded to short in the fourth, or fifth, I should say. And now up. Infield in, double play depth. Padilla with his lead at first. 1 out, bottom 7, 5-2. Golden West Baseball Rustlers. Golden West College. Second game of a 3-game series. They'll be playing tomorrow at Riverside again, so back on that 91 freeway. Hope they have their fast pass. Because you need it nowadays.
You do, definitely do.
0-1 with 1 out. The pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Sort of got part of Gerardo's hand. Looks like he's all right. New ball thrown into play by umpire Fitzpatrick. Well, this game's had a little bit of everything. Haven't had a big power ball. Haven't had a thumper home run, but some slash hits down the line. Some controversial umpire calls, interference calls, false pickle play.
It has been a wild game.
0-2 with 1 out. Padilla with his lead at first. Russell's up 5-2. Breaking ball fisted into right field to see if Wheeler's going to get it. He misplayed it. The ball goes to the wall. Picked up by Coleman. We'll see if the Russell. Here comes Padilla. He's going to be held at third. Marquez stops at second with a double. Wheeler had a difficult time with the sun. Came in too quick. Misjudged it. The ball went by him, and by the time Junior Coleman picked it up,
Now batting number 27, Josue
Rustlers have
Lopez.
runners on second and third with 1 out, still trying to add to their 4-run 7th. They're up 5-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Give that man a seeing eye double for Anthony Marquez. Second hit on the day. And this brings up Josh Lopez. 2 runners on, second and third with 1 out. And the pitch, ball blocked. Beautiful job by Mercado. Lindsay, there's a need for them to get that run. Check it in. Zach Filos deserved better. Next pitch.
Well, he has to come in right now, and with a runner on third and second.
Well, Wheeler struggled with that ball out there and came in way too early. 2-0 with 1 out. Second and third for the Rustlers. They're up 5-2, 4 runs in the 7th. The next pitch to Lopez, up high.
Not really having relievers might be hurting them right now.
Alex Salazar took this took a 2-1 lead into the 7th. He had already worked 9 consecutive innings. 3 in relief on Tuesday against the Rustlers. The pitch, swing and foul back. 3-1. So Lopez had the green light on 3-1. Coach Villarreal gave it to him. 3-1 with 1 out. Rustlers 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th. They lead 5-2. Trying to get more. Padilla on second, Marquez. Padilla on third, Marquez on second. 3-1 to Lopez. And Lopez hits it to left center field, and there is nobody there. By the ball time, the ball picked up. Padilla scores, Marquez scores, and Lopez slides into second base with a double. It's now 7-2 Rustlers.
Now batting number 8, Logan Mahaffey.
This inning has been incredible for the Rustlers.
It is an inning from, as the Lakers GM, like manna from heaven, Rob Pelinka would say. And it's a big one on the board. I don't know. We got to have a research squad to see if they've had a 6-run inning this year. Our research squad, have they had a 6-run inning this year? they're looking it up. Next pitch to Logan Mahaffey. So the big inning for the Rustlers. They're in cruise control, 7-2 now with 1 out in the bottom 7th of the inning. Logan Mahaffey is up. Josh Lopez on second with that double. Zach Filos delivers, and boy, Anthony Hurtado's earning his day and his check today. I think I stick a mini jacuzzi and stick it in the back of the bus on the ride home. He's been scrambling all over the place for ground foul balls today. 1-1's the count. 1 out. Lopez with his lead. Filos delivers, and it's blooped into right field. Let's see, Wheeler gets it. No, and it gets by him again. Let's see if Lopez is being waved around third. Here comes the throws into second, and another run for the Rustlers. They go up 8-2. So chalk up another hit for the Rustlers.
Nine hits
Austin Shell.
9 hits,
on the day.
and they've strung a bunch of hits together to get it going in this inning, and now they're up 8-2. And the carousel continues, Lindsay.
What do you think you're going to do? Like, how many more pitchers do they have to go
Well,
through?
it came out of nowhere. They were struggling up until now, and they got their hitting shoes on in the 7th. And Logan Mahaffey's going to try to add on to that. 8-2 Rustlers. Bottom 7th, still 1 out. Hit deep to center field. Junior Coleman looks like he has it. He makes the catch on Shale, tagging up, and going into third is Mahaffey. So that's the 2nd out in this inning, and 2 down for the Rustlers.
Now batting number 14, Ryan Carpenter.
Ryan Carpenter returns the plate, and the Rustlers have already batted around this inning. So they've run the totals. Big 7-run inning. Big 7-run inning. And I don't know how many hits. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might be missing one. I'm going to say 5. If our statisticians say 6, then I'll accept 6. Next pitch is outside to Carpenter. Man on third, Mahaffey. Rustlers up 8-2. Big 7 runs in the 7th. Filos, next pitch outside, 2-0 on Ryan Carpenter. Rustlers commanding lead now, 8-2. 7 runs, 7th inning. 2 down. Runner on third. Filos delivers. Grounded to third. Martinez has got it. On the throw over and wide throw, and it might be wide. Safe. So one of the rare mistakes that Daniel Martinez makes. He makes an awkward throw to first, which allows Mahaffey to score, and now it's a 9-2 ball game. So give an error to Riverside's third baseman, pitcher, best hitter. So now when it's raining, it's pouring.
An 8-inning
7th.
7th right there.
Next pitch popped up. I think Martinez has got this one.
Could we get caught in the sun again? Or the
Martinez
wind?
struggling, or the wind, but Martinez tracks it down. Big inning for the
Incredible
Rustlers. 8 runs, 6 hits. 1 runner left on base and 1 error by Riverside. Let's go to the top of the 8th. And the Rustlers are up 9-2. Big 8. 9-2 for Johnny. A lot to work with. He's got an easy go. Johnny Kuhn is going to relax now. Last game he came in, it was a 3-3 game.
The Rustlers have cut down on errors this game, and it's actually Riverside who's making more errors.
Complete opposites of the game before.
A little more comfortable on their own field.
That makes a difference from time to time. But it was just a question of them stringing a couple hits together. And it's sort of fitting that Whitaker would come through with that hit because he was tough defensively throughout the day. It's tough to be, on par with your defense when your pitcher's struggling on the mound. You're not on your toes as quick. And, he was able to make some plays defensively, even though Mattson was struggling inning to inning. And now Johnny Kuhn has a chance to pick up a victory. He comes in a 2-1 defeat on the top of the 7th, and then he looks up at the scoreboard on top of the 8th, and he says, Big 8. Shane Martinez will lead it off for Riverside City College Tigers in the 8th. They trail now 9-2. 9 runs. What is that? How many hits? 9 hits, Lindsay?
9 hits.
Can't see through the screen.
No,
Yep,
9 hits and 3
and then 2 runs,
3
3 hits, and big 3 errors for Riverside. So once again, the line score, Golden West in the top of the 8th. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Riverside City College Tigers, 2 runs, 3 hits, and a big 3 errors. Kuhn is going to try to pick up the victory today.
Nice.
Relievers normally get saves. 1-1's the count on Shane Martinez.
It's 1-1 right now. 1 ball.
And breaking ball, nice breaking ball, 1-2. Yeah, Johnny Kuhn has had game appearances. This is his 7th. Hasn't had any saves, 40 innings pitched. He's given up 51 hits, so it's a lot of hits. But he's in command now, and he has something he probably hasn't had that often, a lead to work with. 1-2 fouled away into the Riverside dugout. 1-2 is the count to number 10, Shane Martinez, the shortstop. Kuhn rocks back, and the righty delivers. Jams it inside, and it's a fly ball. Going back to it, back to the edge of the track, and making the catch is Austin Shell. So 1 down for the Tigers of Riverside. New supply of balls, manager for umpire Fitzpatrick. And this brings up Daniel Martinez, the other Martinez. And Daniel had a good game early on. He drove in the 2 runs earlier that put the Riverside Tigers ahead. But since then, he's made some fine defensive plays, but had a rough inning in the 7th. Kuhn rocks and delivers. Pitch outside with a fastball. 1-0 to Daniel Martinez. Increased his average from 300 today. Had that hit to drive in the 2 runs in the 3rd. Johnny Kuhn with that 9-2 lead. He rocks back and delivers up high. 2-0. Daniel Martinez. Looks like no defensive changes for the Rustlers. We'll give that to you in a moment. Kuhn on the mound, tall right-hander. He delivers inside and low. 3-0. 3-0 with 1 down in the top of the 8th. Rustlers jumped out to an early lead, 1-0 on Jeremiah Weisson's double. And then they also trailed majority of the game after Martinez, who's popped it up around shortstop. Padilla looking, he's calling for it. Padilla's going to grab it for out number 2.
Nice play. He got under that ball.
So it was 2-1 after the Daniel Martinez based hit in the 3rd, and it stayed that way. Alex Salazar, the young right-hander from Japan. We got a substitution in the game. And now a pinch hitter, John McKee, another catcher batting. So John McKee will be hitting. So with 2 down, backup catcher McKee is going to hit. We'll give you his stats.
He's from Redlands.
First pitch, up and in. McKee is he hasn't been in many games. In fact, I don't even see him in here. I'm going to double check it. No, oh yeah, he has. 182 average. He's in 14 games, and he's started 6 of those games. Only 22 bats on the season.
So Riverside has had a couple batting changes, interesting ones at that.
Well, when you're trailing and you're a 3-game series, and who knows what you took the first game of the series, and you're going to go against another tough pitcher. 2-1 is the count. 2-1, 2 outs. 9-2 Rustlers. Johnny Kuhn trying to wrap up his second inning of work. 2-1, up and in, 3-1. 3-1 with 2 outs. John McKee, East Valley Redlands. McKee, 31, on the back of his shirt. Elbow pad on the right back, swinging it back and forth. 3-1 on the pitch. Right down the middle, popped over second base. I don't think Whitaker's going to get it. But a nice running catch by Carpenter. Beautiful diving catch by Ryan Carpenter. That'll end the inning. So things are going all the Rustlers' way. 1, 2, 3 for the Tigers in the 8th. And after 7.5, it's 9-2 Golden West College baseball Rustlers.
Incredible defense by the Rustlers right now.
Ever since the 7th inning on, things have been going their way.
Just got to keep going all the way to the 9th inning.
And if they pull out this win with the lead 9-2, looking ahead, they've got a big series or big game tomorrow back at Riverside at 2 o'clock. Then they go to Santa Ana, 3-game series spread over all next week. The 17th will be here Tuesday, the 19th at Santa Ana, and then a 12 noon game next Saturday, and then another big series against Saddleback. So if you're going to start playing your ball, now's the time to do it. And at the opportunity with the timely hitting that they've had in the last inning or so, things are looking a little bit better.
They're really taking advantage of Riverside's pitching, not having a reliever.
Depth on their staff. Luke Matson didn't pitch his finest game, but he kept them in the game for 6. He gutted it out, similar to his pitcher yesterday, Troy Bethel. And here's the man who's the start of the day, Trent Whitaker. Big triple in the 7th. Cleared the bases, 3 RBIs. And he leads off the bottom of the 8th with the Rustlers up 9-2. Kilos with the pitch. Down low. Zach Kilos, some might look at garbage time, but I would look at it as an opportunity for the diminutive right-hander. Next pitch, foul back. Hurtado looks for it, but couldn't grab it. 1-1 to Trent Whitaker. Big triple, couple fine defensive plays, increasing that battage average from what he started today, 242. Velos delivers, jam job, short center, second baseman coming out and making the catch. For out number 1 is Jacob Rodriguez. So that's 1 down. And here comes the leadoff hitter, Jeremiah Vyson. Got things going, starting that game for the Rustlers with a double. Came around to score.
Quick center fielder.
He's been doing a fine job. Padilla sacked him over. So a lot of good things have happened for the Rustlers today. First pitch by Filos. Grounded right back to Filos. Look what I found, Zach. Down around the kneecap, and the ball was right there.
That went just straight into his glove right there.
Just threw it down instinctively. Tough luck for Jeremiah Vyson. And this will bring on Nelson Padilla. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rustlers up 9-2. Nelson Padilla, big hit, big double in the 7th inning as well. Scored a run. Filos with the pitch, popped up. Let's see, Hurtado has it. He's going back to the screen. Backing out of play. 0-1 on Nelson Padilla. Shortstop for the Rustlers. Milos rocks back down low. 1-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Rustlers up 9-2. For most of this game, Riverside scored 2 in the 3rd. Hale was holding on behind Alex Salazar until the 7th. Grounded to short. Martinez got it. Throws it over to first. Canojo makes the play, and that'll retire the inning.
It's crucial right here.
3 up, 3 down. We're going to go to
West.
the top half. Top half of the 9th inning. 3 more outs to go. It's all Rustlers.
This is where Rustlers lost their last game, so can't really count them out yet.
9-2, Golden West baseball.
Can't really count out Riverside right now, though.
No, but the way Johnny Kuhn is throwing right now, he got a 9-2 lead, unlike the last game he came in where the score was 2-2, and he was trying to find his control. But it looks, I don't know, there's a different pitcher right now. We got to find out who that is once he turns it, and it's probably just a chance that Bert Villarreal has an opportunity to work some of his substitute players. I can't see on the back, but we'll get it down in a second. 2-2. Another righty, so it's been all righties today. Sounds good. So it is Johnny Kuhn still in, huh? Last inning? All right. All right,
They're
so Johnny
keeping him
Kuhn's
in.
going to close it out. This will be his 4th inning of work against the Tigers. Tigers are going to have Dylan Canojo lead off the inning, their last gasp. Last go round for the Riverside City College Tigers. Canojo, Wheeler,
Batting number 24, Dylan
Hoda.
Canojo.
Dylan Canojo's had a sort of rough afternoon. He's walked, he's K'd, grounded out. Johnny Kuhn trying to capture that win today. Kuhn rocks and delivers. Fastball outside. One and 0 to Dylan Canojo. And the pitch by Kuhn. Lined right up the middle. But Whitaker gets it. The ball might have been slowed down by Kuhn, but it's going to go as an infield hit. So give Dylan Canojo a base hit.
Batting number 9,
And he's
James
starting
Warner.
a potential rally, but he's got a long way to go for Riverside. A long way to go. Plus, we want to leave early, right? All right, so base hit by Dylan Canojo.
Another batting change for
Absolutely.
Riverside.
Yeah, another pinch hitter. Who do we have now? Help me out.
Number 9.
Number 9. All right, Case Warner, backup outfielder. Kuhn stretch, delivers. Ball outside. Johnny Kuhn wants to get win number 2. That would bring him to 2-4 on the season. Lower that ERA, which started today at 6.47. And the pitch inside. Left-handed bat for Case Warner. Looking down at his coach at third base, Bryce Campbell. Two and 0 is the count. Nobody on. Top of the 9th. Rustlers up 9-2. Next pitch is outside, so it's 3-0. And that's what you not want is Johnny Kuhn to be getting careless with the strike zone right now. (3-0) and the pitch. That's a strike. Dylan Canojo on first. Case Warner pinch hitting. 3-1's the count. Rustlers up in the top of the 9th, 9-2. Big 8-run 7th inning. Kuhn stretches and delivers. Grounds it to third. Could be 2. Mahaffey to Whitaker, to Lopez. 5, 4, 3 twin killing, and we're 1 out away from a Golden West celebratory victory.
Incredible defense by the wrestlers.
Wasn't there on Tuesday, it's there today. So 5, 4, 3 double play.
A new batter.
Brandon Galindo, backup outfielder. Johnny Kuhn in control, trying to get win number 2. Take his record to 2-4. Take the Rustlers to end this 3-game losing streak and give them some hope. Put them to 5-9 in the conference, 17-16 overall. A chance to look up for a big game tomorrow. Kuhn delivers a little bit outside.
I feel like Riverside's played everyone in their dugout at this point.
He's got another game tomorrow, and he's got a few games in the next few weeks. Kuhn wants to wrap it up, pick up that win. Kuhn delivers 2-0. Strike right down the middle. 2-1's the count with 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Rustlers up 9-2 in control. Infield straight away. Ready to hit that Thursday traffic. And the pitch down low. 3-1.
2 strikes away from a win.
Brandon Galindo out of Rancho Cucamonga, Altaloma High School. 5'7", 170, left-handed bat. He's a freshman. Turning that bat, moving it around, and Kuhn with the pitch right up the middle. Let's see if Whitaker can end it on a great play. He does! What a way to end the ball game. Trent Whitaker, the man of the day. Another dazzling play. 3 outstanding defensive plays. A triple in the 7th inning to break this game open. And glad hands all around for Golden West College and their Rustler baseball program as they win 9-2 with a big 8th run, 7th inning.
That was an incredible way to end the game and keeping them in this series. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. They go back to Riverside, and we'll see how the Rustlers can, if they can finish off the series and win this really crucial 3-game.
And it was a tale of 2 days where 2 days ago things weren't going right. They weren't making defensive plays. And then all of a sudden, a couple defensive plays and a couple key hits, and things turned around to their likings. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast today. It was honored that we could bring it to you. Andy Mariani along with Lindsay Helberg. And we are going to be on the next game, and our next baseball game will be against Santa Ana, where our next beach volleyball endeavor will also be down the road as the beach volleyballers take OCC, take on Santa Ana, and take on Cypress. So once again, the final score from Fred Hoover Field on the campus of Golden West College in Westminster, California, the Golden West Baseball Rustlers 9 and the Riverside Community College Tigers 2. Good night, everyone.
Good night.